Yeah,
We have a code here.
Oh,
Fine. I mean, I have an aqua, I mean, is here. I mean, I have an aqua, I mean, is here. We have a code here.
Oh,
Fine. Finish,
I'm more than quay about to bend. We are just hoping, sir. You're quick, man, you know, but be a druid, yeah. What is on? I'm so say, the legacy of Jan Hall hand over to Obio Babasena. Now to Muse, President Kufa, thought a good deal on our dream. Unsa way I cry, Casa grow and you so. A panini, a good deal on our dream. Because you don't decide, Obia hand the power to. Ghana for the to me man, and see, baby, the Ghana for Guinness will be to me a hand. A community, you know, whatever man. So you don't go there to tell people, say, me pesa me hand it over to. I grow and this do. I grow and this so. Because you know, be decided. I collectively Ghanaians now we hear the SC or send a legacy. The question I ask maybe as a legacy by one seven I can. Apart from chrono. Apart from sexual scandals, apart from family and friends, apart from say young kasa your family for more no may say your friends saying yeah investors you be for my Japan PDS share your friends saying gold you can't fast and come these are the realities on the ground. So Akufo Addo be general kasa legacy he should be bold enough to tell Ghana for say 8 years I may buy legacy majani. Apart from legacy of corruption there is nothing sensible Akufo Addo betim din say general say me koi Ghana for the bekai me. That is why I be telling people say he will forever be consigned to the dark pages of our political history. He will wish Christ and Kenyan dim film as a president because Oba no baby and I nam 2016 senka ya to so amenya so senka say na Ghana gina waba abeteki steps backwards almost okan ye and this is the state of affairs and Ghana at the international state ye ni integrity bia e wo ho. Look at the economy and then all the rating agencies are rating a junk status Ghana cities in as for and they look at the dollar and they look at the city and the good and other individuals some businesses e wo krom ha nyina no be complaining and multinational companies over the years or Martina Chroma I invested a year Juma more creating Numa ama Ghana for no. They are now telling us that because of harsh economic conditions including taxes and then as a phone Ghana environment and business friendly for them to continue doing their business today and most of them are going away. And though we are president, you should be very much concerned about these harsh economic realities. I walk ground. Now power kakana won some no would be able to salvage the situation. That is what you do as president because now no and yes will be what say political fringes. So you have political power, you have power to make changes a bit positive and lasting impact on the economy. What everybody is walking away. Ghanaian businesses are folding up, foreign businesses are packing away. Or be our sabi or again. These things should occupy your focus. You will not be talking about legacy, you will not be talking about handing over to who. Because I know what I watch to me man. On a non-political fringes in 2016, Ghana for a to me man. And I say because of who fair and answer be wouldn't mean the Ethiopia. So often the president and 2016 Yabuba Bana Casa Kufa when and Anke free in some. But and Ghana for I'm offended the president. Like 2016 Yabuba Banua when I say a Jeffrey in some. But Ghana for the free say Yadiba money at the amount. It's the South to media in the shower, you need to respect the people of this country. Now, Jumadi in the shower, Sana Moga, Obeya Mamma for a yaso way, share your first unemployment. I can now no napkuna na or more come once and a countless number of youth I have for more Jumasa or member Jumokroman are buying anti sustaining just 100,000 and no motive. Nurses allowances and as for now, but we are quite Chima now, it's a concert in all you, it's a comedy no you wouldn't know. I cried never can money by our say. Adia and your flagship campaign where slogan a modern campaign be pay nurses allowance. No, he doesn't do so for the past 3-4 years in the nurses allowance and they haven't even paid a damn to any student. Oko Jinana or I just say then what Mekwa could be finance minister. A chance a good deal when Nipana Yadi or minor show when some say Sabi or Mama Boyanian to near me, you know. Yet who are hoping that things will turn around. You know. To them, this whole politics is like a joke. Concert be a opportunity and sabi or more de pesicama or munko for CCA, and that is all that they care. They are Ghana for the suffering masses, the veil of despondency, the veil of desperation, economic wailings na Ghana for go through a man for hope is ye betimi atoto niema ye na sabi nyuma sembeko ye economy na aton so na na wo ye hwe anye ye nyuma sem aban promises or ba be create industries ama man for nya bia ye no nanka ye hope is nka na this industry akame on streamer afa Ghana for a significant number of people, young people mo nya adwuma ye and no bia man bag so a o hope is betimi akwa abonti akopa bibia ye because there is no hope, there is no your friend say, I did be papa be a benya okuma, economy new sinkesa, and we are mampanyina. These things should occupy your priority, not this limited time. Yeah, akai. You should be concerned about fixing the problems, not fixing the fundamentals. Sabaya Ghana economy, but he's much interested in politics, he's much interested in when our hand over to obet me very accountability because never my okuma and Mugabe. What's an answer now? Guinea, chronology your mind afa. Shakwana ya fa so ya classes in the power kroma say me betra show se catch us sisi leader pa investigation aye no enye de se kwa kwesi aga as if say a prophet and no can be and here we are these three agencies the special prosecutor the AG and their friend is saying Yoko now they are out there engaging in their friends a dog fight on the street mu go monima say ma men ankasa de na ya living off the hook because you can find such huge sums of money e wo ma men dey mu na say you say Sikano nyan here. Now we catch and say why investigation a kill a woman. Now you should be able to tell us say Sikano yet me identify the source. Today, all the three agencies in Yentimin be as Sikano I mean free yet. Whether the money nowhere apply legitimately
for 20 years.
Fine. More bottom. So when we are your friend say a mamua for a good year in the one for this winter now okay can the end then. As some no buy no I didn't tell me Bianca for 20 good years. Oh Bianca say we are but you should be able to prove beyond every reasonable that huge sums of money no good them at the time Ghana FSC forex challenges, you know. Sikano when fast we should be able to prove distill doubt on the minds of people. Special prosecutor is telling us our investigation, you know, on conclude here. So how come and the Attorney General is out there telling people say the special prosecutor just killed the matter and look at Kwanya and so far so I also told matter not to change because Yoko you have your friends a power the jurisdiction to do proper investigation. Now the issue now man said there is a possibility of money laundering in this particular matter. Was say I'm going to the AG for advice for the investigation now you know you need AG's advice to do proper investigation but you see all these are making a collusion and you have been in the past a desperate attempt just to clean the woman just like what the president has been doing over the years because massa now over the years that is what he has been doing Akufo-Addo by say he will protect the public person and the public person public person is them and the very people must sambo all that they are doing is say yeah bobo sika na say be kofi ni enya bibi omo ba so mbe sika they didn't come so mba be the ordinary Ghanaian. That is why Ghana is now in this mess. He doesn't seem to care much about what is happening and to me Akufo-Addo some no na mo Karam said die subi no nam no so amamuo na obebu na di morning na waja no ha okọ the track record na oja no ho even good policies cry like Mugabe. Look at the free SHS and it's a nice policy but look at the symbolic fastener out there and then the free SHS, you know, the quality of education is on the line.
136 out of 167 countries.
Yes.
Maybe I rank here.
Yes.
136
yes.
out of 167.
Because the quality is deteriorating. We are not interested. You see, Adia Oya makes it the choir fast so you roll out free SHS, you know, as if say a political reparation package, say ya promise mo say ya ban mam free SHS. Say ebe yo enye yo no answer patapa kwan so na you roll to ya nwene and I had to hawk. I heard a choir na pofa so mo fa so or the free SHS but chire Ghana for council. Problems no ban, then not yet solve along the way. But time like you wasting in a young cranny future at the so I know the day, you know, you end up getting student you go through school system was certificate but intellectual impact need the kind of way yes yenyawo or more dream more seven meeting about your man partner and that is what we are doing. So there is no proper legacy out there any Akufo-Addo and as anybody but imagine you proud of say Nana Akufo-Addo by in the last 8 years, considering the many promises and some on the Baumia, and I'm shocked when today Baumia is able to go out there with a moral conviction telling people say he wants to be president. Ghana is a joke republic. That is why these guys will have such motivation and incentive because in some of Baumia 2016, they are course within this government. Your mind be a respect a year Juma. Now people at the corridors of power all respect for the people of this country. I am telling you, Mugabe. Baumia will be the last person to have the moral courage to get out there and tell Ghana for saying man to do what? To do what? And the economy now vision bang. Baumia is not a pussy be or thing. But this is an executive vice president. On your pussy and CCBA, you can just push him around. Okay. Under our current constitutional arrangement, we are vice president. You are clothed with executive, enormous executive power. I will say in whatever happens in this government. Today he's telling us, I remember by president, member GRA for maternal office. What a joke. Are you as a vice president, GRA for office? So if you think it's a bad policy, why don't you do something about it? Now. You need to wait to get power before. That is what I'm saying. You have the power. You promised the people of this country, say John Mahama was incompetent and then they see the Oba. Today, look at the dollar today. So I think say your mind you're taking Nyama serious. And today, Mugabe, I can sit here and tell you I'm very happy considering the number of youth nearly a macro much interested in politics. First, now come a month of politics in a few people, but and then people are taking interest. A month where they are understanding the concept politics are. That is why the guy is out there struggling. Say, or your campaign or Chimo, so I you or the voice of yes, sir. It's so funny. It's so funny.
But I say, Ivan, live on TV as was that, and also on Power 97.9 FM. As like I say, Koma Amuzu about clinic. Now, that room I can watch Chibin Yadi Yadi Ebro and Ewe. Nasuyan Wakakofa Amuzu garlic bitters. Champion Amuzu doctor no. Wakakofa Amuzu garlic bitters. No baby bisa say Mugabe Amuzu garlic bitters no. Eye diebe juma eneye. Wobi a wonante kakra bi ana wabre wobi a wonante a na ayete say wo se anase ache wonsa anase ache wonan na wagina kakra na wotim fifire na wotum say ase wona se tatai bi moja ne timi ni paduanum afrusa ne yie kwasi broni be ka se blood circulation enti wonya amuzu garlic eye bitters ni bia ebeboa improve blood circulation ewo ni paduanum na say reduce eye cholesterol eye wo ni paduanum no reduce e de amount esaboa control urine flow obi a wontumi anwun so yie no wonya amuzu garlic bitters ni bia ebeboa mo atumi adwonso amadwonso na bakama ama ho atumi atɔ supporto esaboa supporto the pancreas and improves vision reduce high blood pressure and minimize high sugar levels. It is a dry friend say amuzu garlic bitters. We are bow, we are bemu, and we say winyabi. I will say winyabi. Now on nom nabwa, and my immune system no ejina suye. Would you want to share a misty heba? Ubenyabi. Would you want to share Danny heba? Ubenyabi. Apidank heba, Ubenyabi. K&J heba, Inina wumrum, ewu kumasi. Kolinak heba so Ashtown. Freddy Mans heba, ewo a year kupfa, tafo. Wodu ani chenkan ha Okashi drag lane na nabwache heba Halos heba Tinatat heba Craneswalk heba shop ho nyina wobenya bi ene eye pharmacy shops awodu ani heba shops nyina no wobenya amuzu garlic bitters ni bi Fred doctor na ne twetwe komo na awie yi champion amuzu ewo 0247 77 6743 0247 77 6743 ofre amuzua obeje oso wodi wani che Achimota Christian Village wani Puma filling station edi hwe ni mu Madina ubehunu wo ho Ashama ubehunu wo ho Kasua ubehunu wo ho wodi wani che Kumasi a amuzu ewo eye Moro Market tafu hye so Moro Market wa amuzu junction nindu ni nyina odi abadwa so no Food and Drugs Authority the stamp na yeden aboso approve yeden e de amano Safari Valley Eco Resort o mada oroma kan hotel chire ne di dwumadi ebrewo eba wildlife experience jata sebo ene zebra yi udu a omokọ na omoba omokọ na omo eba cross alos akọ na senya ba cross alos wakọ Safari Valley Eco Resort aba wase moga Hofe. Na womunuane no local continental dishes. Sa so na swimming pool ewo ho. Womo a gym ewo ho. Womo ewo electrical edo bako round san na edo koto na edo ba. Oh minua. Ese wani o. Ensase e ka kire wo. Wanya odofo bi a wodo ne pa se avan encha wo ba be wari. Wo wari wi a ene avan wo wi ya be hume. E woni de mia mekwa kubukia ma. Na wo be wo se yes wanya dofo. Ani mu papa bi. Wedding papa bi na makwhye hoku. Makwojojo mo. From 0596914394 0596914394. Womu eye dew ewo kre constituency in the eastern region. Jumakoi adawruma the church ready jumedi ebrewo. Medimosis wo ha. Power specialist wo ha. Hebron Hills International School ka ho. Ena S natural mineral water so church. Emre semu no mede womu nkrato nso no. Aboafo nkrato ebesan ato amoso. Na bia yedu no. Electoral Commission. Jane Mensa. Eye Serebo ne nkrofo ene eye concert man. Eye bossman. Dene koso. Amen.
Mugabe.
And then this is ye press conference. People kote. Ni nyina ye yisi.
Yes, ehun hia wo say obi ekosku na osua de duru baabi and you assume say nipa no wonim de bi. Mugabe. Na baabi esa oda na di no nipa no na sa nim de na di a bit frustrating. Because Electoral Commission as an institution ya manyo sem ne ya batwo mu nsem nyina no eda na koma so a ne dwumadie ni se onhwe se pepepe ye ebedadi. And that is what Ghanaian bi or Ghana habia no ehwe animu. Enti we commission and now we Electoral Commission and as we worker ewo ho a usuban ne niam obeda na di bia no must ensure say ebe engender na inspire that trust and confidence in the ordinary people na omo from afar no. And that is what the kind of expectation na Ghana for epe. But over the years, so we kwanya je men some fast over Electoral Commissioner boss. Na circumstances are leading to arrival. Any other people are ebe kind of like Bossman Asare. Man phone him the track record University of Ghana and then as a forum no. Already no. Not these doubts eleke around. Man for say these people are not genuine people or met me my election are free fair. And Obia coming from that particular background, you know, you need to be very smart and intelligent to behave in a way, Sabi. A man for what doubt about Obia free bano kwan, the obey piano must engender and inspire that trust and confidence. Sabi a man for Bajiatum. But over the years, so we had the posturing, the belligerent posture of the Electoral Commissioner, the intemperate language of people like Bossman Asare, and certain demeanor or more than a dear. It doesn't look Sabi. This is an institution as a neutral for the people of this country. The Omoyen seek to suggest say they are there to protect a particular regime. And I think they are and I cover this mistrust as for a year and Abba. And Nuntina Electoral Commission every way be as all ye be as a me a papa amani integrity among for Ajiatum no but are they ready to do it? The answer is no. And I think I cover the bone of contention at the Mugabe over the years. Circumstances in Nema go into the 2020 elections. Even event prior to the 2020 elections, the controversy in as for a buyer, election proper, a Supreme Court, and some of the infractions in errors na ya recorded well at a scale they were unprecedented in the electoral history of this particular country. So such a person the expectation is that election or you'll be away integrity na say ya dream da ho say ya wa adwem fancy ya adwuma for the people of this country. And I was expecting say nka 2020 election end ya na nka say nka ma me ne dwumadie to ho but one fan to ho ogusu na oye but suban na order na di no ba kokura ni ho asesa the same thing. Akwasa belligerent posture mekasa we a meya o can dan and one meya. But you see commission you need to incorporate ideas idea from other stakeholders because it's a processor. There are other critical key stakeholders omoka electoral process you can't take an electoral decision and seek to impose those decisions on the people. You need to get them the but the omo yen doesn't seem say yeah sebe ya manfo be ye involve process no na manfo ba be kan o madwen wom ye ba akwese headmaster student relationship oba no ba kan to umpo ese wudi so and I think that
because Pratt said simple addition to a whole YC cannot do it. Yes. I can't understand this.
Yes.
Because Pratt,
yes,
a simple addition to a whole YC cannot do it.
Yes.
It's a big question mark.
Yes.
And I say I can't understand this.
Yes.
Big exclamation.
These are basic infractions so at a scale you will not expect the electoral commission by on serious. That's what I'm saying, sir. You see, but that integrity in us for say ya page man kosoro no anyhow because apart from Bosman aside be free by akufo ado asan ya niam bebre a obeti ncha na onje electoral commission here you can't blame the person because her kwan of first okofa papa we didn't be kan apia hene a obi anim ne ba bi free ba Mogabi se wonyo obi a wo yo mamboyefo na wo ye obi a wabo timpo so obeseye omanya na wo yo obi a sabi wanim da ho na adwen papa wo tima na wadwen mu da ho as a panyina wo dwen a I am not sure say you will involve a party person in the electoral commission when you know say the whole process the electoral commission is acting as a referee and the neutrality is key, the independence is key, so you don't do anything that seek to rob that neutrality. But President Akufo-Addo when you know say he did this particular thing without realizing, without a remorse, and the other side of it asem no koto
we mo to president for
asem no koto he na me bai asem no koto council of state in Samuno. These are, and I'm a said that is the most useless institution. We need to destroy. You see, yet to scrap of oh, Nyansa, we are just wasting state resources. Now, no, never going to says is that Pasicano, your friends, Sika will be the more you have no right to complain. And I say, overcome a physical. This is a bill to Oman for. So you can imagine. Yes, these are people who are advising the president. So you can understand why we are in this mess because President Lankasa Adriano Sabi and these are a bunch of people who are also giving him that kind of defense supporter. At the end of the anti-electoral commission, no.
Mama Bapa wa no appointed a year. I say don't get here and I say Ibrahim Hama.
Yes. Some now more no. The defense Council of State say they should focus on the qualifications of the person and not his identity. That is absolute rubbish. Because this is an institution who making sure say sabi or mine niama yebe bia na befa kwamu sabi ya enkoje ene because Mugabe winim baby ayewe Africa has say I keep telling people say electoral violence and electoral misunderstanding are turning a lot of African countries into a graveyard. Man for obeti say Al-Shabaab, obeti say terrorist group which they were once peaceful like menawo and ebrim ye journalists, ebrim ye doctors, ebrim ye nurses, but today otimuram kureto so a rebel adentia because system ni that is why they have constituted themselves into that particular group fighting the government in a guerrilla fashion and we don't want to get there and we are panini. We are Council of State. Some of these things, who say a unity, the doubt or the credibility of the Electoral Commission is from you need to rise to the occasion to serve it. I was very surprised when the Kosi Abai, a sitting member of Parliament and a deputy minister, go to the grounds at the envelope come out be as some can't say, oh, now a gift. A gift. You see, sometimes we need to be open up school now. No, baso. Now who say sometimes it's not just about law because some of these processes, a thrive on certain actors and certain morality. Because I will call election grounds, a bright electoral commission or a neutral person. Election as a command or a gift that. Then it becomes an established convention going into 2024 elections. Mugabe, Okotwa, bet me in Chia, also the electoral commission, what they your gift. Obinsuka not the Coco, Obisuka not the double. Yes, pen, and it's a sad diamond. You can imagine the state of your friend saying electoral area how they be. So some of these things, you don't open up, you close it, among for any doubt, but from day one. Electoral Commission na man force say you or China man force say you and Bosman Asare they mention as a forum when they come out responding to some of these things to even speak you need to speak in a sensible fashion sir I then you become aggressive because my catch is a uko school a teacher for us teacher ni waiting medio your bon no they have certain weakness that is inherent within them so obiem up now kraban in China There are certain things we beside the question so naturally they build that kind of way, to ward people away. A psychological way, when you study, you understand. So the aggressive posture now, he knows say I don't know so yeah, so you have to be very aggressive. Now build the wall. And as some as you didn't no why some talk it's easy for Obia to fight. That is the kind of posture they are putting out there. Oh, exactly. Because some people are and young talk. Yes, say DVDs are NDC as a political party, I will every right to question about the BVDs. Baby akwakodi na kwan ye befa so a may affect the elections. NDC could be wrong, but you as a commission, you have every right to explain the thing. Exactly. Sabi about the stele Sanyama away from the mind. Sabi obia adwimu abayin pepepe. What people don't get is say electoral commission is not a matter of say election day. No, what be have presented results. Kakase thinking that the election is free and fair. No, election being free and fair. No, also include stakeholders. Accepting the results because. Election now, the men say, "Oh, election, a man, mammy, and on your man, papa, and on your man, bushing for, or yeah, for the people of this country." So the outcome must equally be accepted by majority of the people in the country. Sa acceptance na mama, and a coffin tokwane maintain who said the bano. And to who BBA, you need to work within a certain context, a certain perimeters, a sabi. You will not injure your credibility. Now, one cast doubt on the minds of stakeholders, Sabaya elections, Obia Benya, Pepe say, yes, Electoral Commission, during the registration process. Political parties were asking, say, registration now in the district offices, and now the Sababwa, at the end of the day, you end up disenfranchising people and open up at the various way. The Electoral Commission, ideally, the Electoral Commission should rather be fighting, say, Yamfanko. Electoral area, not political parties, and can close it up. But this particular case, it was the other way around. So to me, I think that the Omu is to further a particular agenda. But Mugabe, you must be very stupid. I'm repeating it. You must be very stupid to think, say, you can skew or bend the sovereign will of the people of this country going into 2024 elections. It will never happen. Say, Obi, say, I'm going to skew or bend and as it will never happen. Why? Because Mugabe, the stakes are very high going into 2024 elections. The stakes are very high because now make Ghana, there are a lot of Ghanaians who are willing to die than say about Amakufa we election because businesses, for businesses are folding up. There are people who move away from this country. They have sold their properties. They have sold everything. They've traveled out because economy and support to Adebia. And and you think people will sit down, fold their arms, and watch you incumbents indeed. Just abuse. It will never happen. So I think that they should revise their nose and think twice because Ghana for Dino Biato or they are hoping say election time no be drew na Ghana for about two na the people will be held accountable and responsible for their stewardship. That is exactly what is going to happen. But for them to sit somewhere and think that they can bulldoze their way or maneuver or manipulate the elections and get away, that is never going to happen.
Very well. Ivan, Medasi. Live on TV as was at also on Power 97.9 FM, Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center. Yavo Masada Emma Omo. Na Wunya Medimosis Gale Capsules in Bebo ye papa. Bois Emma Moja Timidini Peduano Frusane ye, Bois Emma a boostu immune system no, Emma ni Peduano Ejan and Naso Brani. Correstorni and the only Peduano Munano. To me, a Bois Emma and Yama Ecoyema ni Peduano. Medimosis Gale Capsules in Beneno. Ebetumi abwa wo bi a wo prostate problem mema no sexual weakness untumi emmo adwuma obema no entumi nyina so enche male and female infertility, hypertension, diabetes, sciatica, typhoid fever, malaria, stroke, any dental problems biano. Fani nyina kwada Medimosis Clinic and Herbal Center no mo betumi aboa wo. Nkra ha hwe akira kwan ewo adenta baye barrier. Ye police station e dey hwe ni mu. AESL building inside the Ghana Highway Authority yard. Ewo Accra Ministries. Ajekojo Yeni School for the Deaf and edi ehwe ni mu. Kumase ahinema kokoben oboase santase kwantempono so onso ubehunu yen. Friend was 0244 068 447 0244 068 447 and na eye yawada shene yawada shene so say ene nyame nipa nyame akoa Jesus Abrantie ene ebo eye 12 eye midnight na we do afidie no ato Power FM 97.9 FM na eye papa ye friend say eye Jesus Abrantie obete nka ene obeba no de nyame asem mu hwampa ede abre yen ewo Power 97.9 FM so enti make a date ene enwumre church ni din ede sorry din ye Resurrection Fire Chapel ewo London ene Ghana ha nyina enti nyame nipa nyame akoa Emmanuel Amwako afie aka Jesus Abrantie ene obewo fidue mu eyo Power FM 97.9 enwumre ahomachen 12 midnight no time akosi 2 am channel so say woni ni be shi akom chacha wiei bia wo bia ntia kese enko enso enfama Reverend Botu papa mechiao sansu na Jesus ahofe oso nchia wodia Power Specialist Eba Hospital hepatitis A NTT wo B C D E 40 liver problem sciatica prostate problem uno peni ba bi na ateche mana ulcer NTT wo compo ena hawo si wo minim fibroid minu ama no say untumi enwo ye bi wa wode me ka kire say anidaso ho edema ye maami ukọ Power Specialist Eba Hospital wa ni tuo nyina ebetwa mo amohwe mi osunwane kumase ene ne patamu nyina no mo fo mane kire fe yi ase Lake Bosom twe kwantempon no so ye ne Jasbo finish station no ena edi enhwe ni mu ekran so kwabenya poku ase ACP kwantempon no so obi hu ye ewo ho takrade ye wo Anaji Estate ye ne Anaji MA Primary School no ebe hu ye papa friend was 0244 544422 0244 544422 ofre na be beje so extra twa mineral water so baba kroje agano fo nyina ajatum bebi nanom ne betumi aboa woto pono de afra adofo say ye wedding na ye engagement and ye birthday party bi na wo ya for serve wo eye na ba fie for serve wo no mu eni beje hu ye papa extra twa mineral water open do so puatu akoton a bra 37 na Bebese Street SYZ Broadcasting Mr. Robert Obi huna yudo bi apebia no unsa betumi aka na osu anya bi aton enya so emfaso Hebron Hills International School ewo eye media of the Nsawam Road na de Denise Kumase for enche na mo branch no eye baba bibi ano e de amamo sanso na mo amo 3 junction ayi kan do blo obeye ene eye jida ho nyina ekọ no moso mo ba benyamo de enche na chese moso modem na chese Hebron Hills International School Paul Amantem so ese di kanfo mo benya branches makoma miensa na chese enye asem ketua na di wo mo ni se mofra wo manya eye bosumi nan ekosi bosumi num ne Montessori tete ne de mo obi a wo ya ban adwuma wo pese wo de wo ba ne bantem no nsia na enwumire no nsia kwa na abefa na nhyehyɛ ho kama edema sanso ena wo ba no wo pekwanya ede ama no ewo lower primary na upper primary akonya ewo ho edema no United Kingdom eye materials wo mudi so ade nyina learning materials nya fi United Kingdom school run no of Britain ababa bedu for any call na kohwe ade yi o TV ni so ayahwe udu wa environment no eye green mfuturo bia ni ho na koda no ho ayefi na wakofa dade bia kotwa ne ho na chechefo no so the experience because we SS now so wo pe ba bia kira ade afro ni enkire ho kwa SS for nyedan ye fa SS for ewo ho adekire mo ho ntin ko wesi mo time wo mu akodan wa adekire wo mu wonimdie wa adekire wo kwa no mu ni wo ye adwuma ewo asoyo nti ukura SS se mewe SS me kope adekire ho a okwa emwa wo ti obesa wa chiboko nti tiepa ene wo de ma enkwada no se excel and shine amekwa Ivan Subim ye free Electoral Commission on afa ye move on to other issues ya eda simple so ene na ye hwe eye ekwan a CD no na ho odin hwan ya na ehwan ene dollar no aduru 15.3
yes
na asatenra na pound 18.3 die ne koso
Mugabe the koso ye politics of deception Akufo-Addo de chance na no one de koso na ka cho se oni plan bia so de bebu o man aye saa pentimamento suban no mo de chance 2016 yanke kan semingum na amamfo ngina so because you see 2016 it started as a regime change agenda they were able to get a lot of media people to do a lot of noise. I spread a falsehood to the people of this country. They want the power. So the performance of the job will be exposed you, and that is what we are seeing today. Because you see, dollar CD asama yekan Mugabe happen elsewhere. I'm a country I said I find a solution out of it. The last time I catch us China. Omono ya tia ye CD ni ye dollar no e depreciate yesu no deliberately no most that depreciate the Chinese yuan sabi e be conform and dollar no distance no about a and this is why they did it. China is a production hub. Amu produce most of the things omo kradaba no at least omo ti omo sika no so against the dollar now. At the end of the day, you need a lot of money to go and buy foreign goods like iPhone and so forth. So you have no other option than to rely on local manufacturing product. So at the end of the day, China is benefiting as a result of this particular situation. I see. By your hand, I'm saying gaining him the end of kasa hunu menkasa kekenti because I would see 2016. In some another social media, especially Twitter, now put out there. Senka Ghana a serious country. I senka by nanki chase you more out of this country because Ghana for a town city at 3 cities, 4 cities. Now because the person doing that is so incompetent to the stand say, Oba locking the IGP. Not today. Chesa city no menya sure say Mirika kwa na odianka bedru ba adru no, and you have no practical wisdom, no practical solution. I would offer say you betimi dey halt to the situation, and I say any other alternative. No, there are no shock absorbers. The very moment a nema no air corner directly it is affecting businesses and everything. That is why no businesses are falling up. Failure and deception na omugu so omo sell it to Ghana for no, and then abedadi and Ghanaians are omo. This is the time I think my answer say nipa the promises are can say oba resolve no nunti so on no kofa ba umia de ba no. Today all the indices and the economic indicators are off bar. For the first time in the history of this country, we've gone out there to tell our external creditors actually see that. For the first time, we've gone out there to tell people under somebody who claims your economic wizard.
Ultimate service and debt and seller no dollar no. Etimi area ma. Nipa no so a oka say $1 to 4 cedi no. Eno no enye papa no. O say gina so say $1 to 15 no. Eno na enye papa. And I make say and Professor Jambo say it's only a fool.
Oh exactly. Baumia is a comic character who shouldn't be taken serious. That is why I get so pissed. I don't know more campaign because me catch a Ghana for say oko na say even tilapia ti kura da ballot papers no ne Baumia toma tilapia ti because I'm fast also and ubedia me tilapia ti kura I'm fast also change say okoto abama Baumia. Oh I'm telling you tilapia ti da papers na Baumia da how kwa toma tilapia ti because this is a manner. Oh, I'm telling you, Mugabe. Maybe people don't appreciate the kind of enemu. I am telling you because you see, tilapia a man for the dibankui. Okono da paper so I'm telling you, say toma tilapia for so also chamba umia. I am telling you, maybe people don't appreciate. You see, ya suspend you, ya bubbles here. I'm gonna do the ceiling top, and there is nothing that the government is doing today. Ghana as a sovereign country. Within the countries of Africa, we were respected. Look at them, chromatam up to a neck. Now, man, for respected the shining star of Africa today, we can't get out there to borrow. Bosia Kakrani TV Kobobi. Adan, Yanam Naya begging some from fire can't. All the rating agencies are downgrading. For the first time, Ghana and Yordan Sika Koto bond investors, they are telling them, say, Chale, I'm buying to mean Tiantimum postum Monfan Comonim. And the Yentia company look at the dollar and the Bisawas and Kaya Service adapt and can see the net to say,
Iraqi a fifth on a year countries are about 160 countries. Iraqi a fifth say, Yene or Maya a total 5 wa. You're spending more than what we generate.
Exactly. Exactly.
The revenue I generate at the end of the year, we spend more than that.
Because you have Nipa, Amamono, Omunu, Yanmene, the Ayan Nema. Because Mugabe, amidst of all the challenges here, of course, there's from of Juma Muhanya example. Say, Sikamu generate, it's such a car bar. The first option, you look at your friends as staff, no strength. Now, what cat is you're spending so better. That is the wisest thing to do. And other name will do how cat so. But look at the government. Upon all the staff, I course Akufo-Addo was begging Ghanaians, Mr. Yan tighten your bet. Did he or tighten the bet?
so
bet host no
obi businessman no kwana da bia
bet host no kwana bi ni transfer
business
ne gens no kwana no bet host nim ne campus what tight anything. The guy was spending like crazy, luxurious lifestyle going around. Me say nobody should sympathize with Akufo-Addo because he's the reason why we are here. Mama tell our video way so when we were complaining na or hand jet koba ye Kenyans say we are seeing na one few bia they were using our money on fancy fixtures never be more no ni age wasting all the resources. Today here we are ma we will fi say baby agents CIC service yen service deputy IMF programs so the IMF programs are what it means that there is an inflow of dollars into the country, so the city is supposed to be stable. But I'm saying more packet dollars in more demo. They are not keeping the monies in the bank, you know, and there is no dollar in the system. And I am telling you, they are they are packing the dollars in their bedrooms. No more demo. You can't find the monies in the bank. Polytank, no more Pakistan can do. So you see, that is why I say 2025. So if we don't go after these people, and here on my way, I am telling you, say. Go after these people and hold them accountable to answer for their crimes. Or my way, that is what is going to happen because the Ghanaians are very angry. Ghanaians want answer because mine to me now say we political power. He thinks or mine and now there were people in their private life, they were criminals. Career criminals today because Omobusi nearby president you know yes so we never good corridors of power and they are messing.
I just said you know expectation na do be you know we ho hwe
na nsa nyo no nko a
say we wa jai MVP no wa
enti wuti ba bi na wa dwen say Akufo-Addo e bi o time no bi time na I'm telling you or the paper a promote na won ka 2012 election petition anya MPP ho na ya che no bia and as for so you see yeah no nobody hate Akufo-Addo oba any say nko ya right na nko bia ebebo na ba so but you see we are talking about a manner consistently no hype Ghana for am for nya gidie ni we woni mu na oba na bedi nsem hunu say no the party for na oye obey MPP ni no watch alanchamantin class we jai Ken Crunchy class we jai and na hopes na doya is out there revealing secret na say for them there are na hinin to class na hinin to class because of nsem hunu cause MPP nti we jai now how much more wa na number
Abubakar Sadiq.
That is what I'm telling you. When I see people doing NDC MPP comparison, I say, we have that comparison now. Compare Mahama Kufuor Atames no Rollins. Sam Crawford way and cancer comparison no.
Under the four.
Oh, I'm telling you, these are a bunch of criminals. I have a political party. I did class. I'm telling you. So MPP political party no. I can say obi ekura na bus. Or the fast sort of for no be behind some they confirm man for tamale. Na me do ma ba kra. When you be ba so no da ko wiam ponche na police for watching no. And that is exactly what they are doing.
Now akwa Gambaga.
And akwa ya dia
Gambaga one the okowura one ahwe ye dia eye Sevazata beche. So
they have captured the political power and Omu use as a vehicle to do all the criminal dirty work. That is why core and real MPP people our party no are even exiting the party. It's a few greedy people who think that they are benefiting because politics is about money. I want to keep quiet. So Mugabe, obiti baby na dream say, oh beto abama baumia now magic wine the body baby beer. You are a joke. You be in this mess forever because you see, Makacha amam for say, what the baby na dream say God will solve amam for problem. I'm so bored them because Onyankopon to chiro mayo or the nimdiani nyansa mayen. The aka is up to us. Today, go to Indonesia. Today, go to Taiwan. Or more taking measures. The economy is growing. Today, Indonesia is tagged the new China. I unim or my friend Taiwan. They grow. Then I remember Vietnam. Vietnam, America for today, go and look at Vietnam's economy. And furniture and near by Europe. No first man for rely on Turkey. And Vietnam is failing that particular space. And more Ghana, yet for over $200 million from Ghana, more from Vietnam, the Bakruma. They are doing something different. This is what we want leaders, reasonable and sensible leaders to do. Exactly. Because more there. And here then apart from saying Musica, now Obi Bejani Akakan Sebna, we are a young boy. Now we are so frustrated about the situation. We had a veil of desperation among for year. Ghana will be here a month to Yanakasi Sandra Ghana. Aka how the two become 500, the two become 1,000. Again, I would say you need to save the situation. That is why such a joker should not be tolerated. Because of course the team my name of Kodana, you know. our nursing training in as a for no.
It was exposed.
You see the following day, and I'm social media, so you have the capacity to pay now 4 years. All these are comic characters. We should not entertain them. That is my word.
One minority leader, Honorable Kasalato Force, and Adre say, Baumia and Red City, no way you man dancing. Oh, yeah. You are dancing now. What has he? They said they were just sitting once more. Would you, sir? You are Baumia.
God have mercy upon us.
Must have one also. Okay. Hey,
Mugabe. There was somebody poor.
Somebody from Mutia, Mana FM, Nickels, me FM, the Church of Munia, and a post for free commander. This year, see a Church of Munia.
Yes, and I would this hostile invasion by these comic characters. I bet
we up. And now do I be the president? You be every.
I say, I could follow the president. There will be a free so baby, or be able to make the Yamanaye. Is how I reduce the essence. And I want the presidency represent to racks and gutters, sanity. Because some of the Nema Moto Muye, anybody out of airtime presidency near. And Obiada sorry the open scandals upon scandals. So Akufa don't care about scandal or about legacy. Mahama Boba said, Mr. Legacy, but maybe the president is without an iota of shame. Because a chrono a sewabronia that sexual scandals a family and friends and I bas deben legacy papa ben and I cathedral and no more bogu hono and obi baba to so there is nothing sensible obi ever to so aka say akufo ye we enti me baba boa mana ye there is absolutely nothing apart from say yen sisa man si can find hwe ye ho and I think say the days na aka no on fan sire Ghana for boniface. He should apologize to the hundreds of Ghanaians and millions of Ghanaians. Omunya hope. A wasting of more time could be compared to Obama and man be a president. Hoping say Sabi Obama Indians are able to turn the situation around. By now, if you go back to 2016 and look at where we are today, you see that Ghana has never taken a single step forward. They say we are retrogressing at a lightning speed, all because of a certain old man or promising Ghana for heaven, and today he's delivering hell. And all corner. He's not even ashamed about his track record. He's telling say, "Oh, because they think that Ghana is so cheap. The people are gullible."
Jimmy.
Oh, Sano Muhuno.
Ghanaians
are very, very intelligent. Kwame Nkrumah can say be. Also, when Ghana for they are just be careful. Or better not be say Jimmy. Kwame Magabi. William fi say Ghana for the two Kwame Nkrumah gu So you know by Ghana for the sentence two. No Ghana na ku esi hat sesabi. Bronya do a chicha biscuit mama for no. But never be nasi and I'm Ghana for time chuku. So don't take the people for granted and don't you ever think there and think that the people are fools. You can take them for granted. That is why. Papa na ote Flagstaff has a or power na ye dear Ming handi over to Lord Come was a wine. Wo fu e show him say Eddie Kim say Adriana. Can he even save himself? These are jokers who should not be tolerated.
And requote him.
Say Niama Eddie Wom e okrom ha. Lord Come can he even run to save himself, let alone say omunya hu bibida. We don't need to get there. Me say Ghana is a civilized society. Ghana for kuram. Niama akos wanda ku for ado time. Diama Rollins ye ku ye twam. Me say ye twam abroso
Tunisia Arab Spring.
Oh ye twam and Arab Spring na ye dey aye Benali bia obedi akonyo no na yira sabe mudi nkurase sama enwuma sem na asefo enkoye. It's exactly what is happening here. Youth unemployment and na ekoso ha say but we see Ghana for no ye duru ba bia hu say ye nia bie
theatre ba bia Burkina.
Oh ye Burkina ni man na dey see ho. Look at our city today. We got to a point that our city was the worst performing currency in the whole of the world. That is the track record.
50.3.
Omanya at the point I krate biase nsuo bom peno mo pon akotena fie. And education is the key. Obia is amping
blue and white.
Obia try to pay that in school to a certain level as a baby to many certain recognition. Yet the say Yemfa on mine sika over 66 million na quarter past question. Na the Akoma Kingdom books na ya wan photocopy na ya chiche. Sana obia fa na okonya no we nyansa bia anim and then na omo policy ni say na po ba o change school uniform o ka say e ba se yes all the contract ni ma ni nua ma na omba abonten be gia chinye over millions of dollars. When so buy you no so be change at the contract number be. So it is not about mental welfare. That is the truth. It is about just to make money and make themselves rich and better. And that is what Ghanaians at this point, we should be wise enough to see the misleading political spin now these people through the media or more activated or more deceive they don't care about you, they don't care about me. They think about their narrow family now, say we want to take it over, hijacking everything, making sure say they make money. Now president ni obi o say be always shame enka terminal 3 ya Mahama see ye whole controversy ni na se fowe nkomo akofa emu so de amana ba say wontena no hwana ba ya sa de no uyo obi a we nyansani a upon all the controversy na sefo akoso Mahama na CEO upon all the controversy you go there and take store now their mouth free. The president sometimes he behaves like or behave like a kid or behave to sakra sometimes Mugabe this is a president also the free SHS aba free SHS naturally no yes appointment yes you see also opeja we free SHS na buy no numbers ne be kosoro tertiary intake be kosoro me say tertiary yenko no duase ne yenko nsuo so ye kono classroom universities won say wasi ba kokra baby then you wake up one day and say Mahama school universities now Rollins na say for sisi no you are changing the name putting your family people and then people now will be asabi ekoyi abaya sa ankura same way. This is a person we're talking about. He's without shame, he's without sense of remorse.
Airport to the people.
Yes, and airport no obi ani baby start free obi ani baby start free so you see some of these things the person is so vindictive or you're so always no anya omo so you see
no baby okay
say nipa na yayama
age of 80 no
nipa na yayama nema na yefo uzo Mugabe uno obite na obu onimti ana say wan ka hwe na wo ya ebe ya norm. And that is what, because sometimes me better ha na me be can send you air. Me dwene hu say some making there are a lot of people out there who are even more intelligent and more reasonable than we can ever be. But they are listening to you, so you need to craft the other can be in a way people will accept whatever you're saying. Fantastic. So it is not about their own person working. Bambum, I don't know how people going to react to their work. So we are panini so now we are a president. That is what you do. But these are people, they just speak, they just act in a reckless fashion without considering the emotions, the emotional intelligence, and everything of the people. Because the MPP, you have masses out there who accept, swallow the hook, line, and sinker, whatever we say, they will accept. So it is that particular culture established, and they give you credence to some of these things that happen. So we need to enlighten the people, give them information. When people become wiser, some of these people, naturally they will fade. And they will slip to their natural position. Some of them don't belong to this space. Some are, you see, Yayan is so cheap. Today, a lot of idiots are climbing the political ladder. All because of Yayan. I'm telling you, these people will slip to their natural position.
Very well. I'm connected live. King Kama inside Takwa. Happy birthday to our national organizer, Joseph Yami. Today is your birthday. Enjoy your day. Honorable Joseph Yami, national organizer of the NDC. Sulu say, I'm enjoying the show, Mugabe. You are too much, but the gentleman in the studio is fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Solo, for that wonderful message. Vincent sent this one from Nkwantasaf in the Oti region.
Precisely that the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in a manner and within the limit laid down in the Constitution. Ivan, Akwababu.
Yeah, my just boss.
Mr. Yansha election promises versus reality. Usha promises are air cost winina. A bang betu me ediso. Obetu me aye.
The Dika mentioned I mentioned here for now. Men starting from the note and now working about media personnel and involvement in politics and then as a forum. Over the years, and I think we've been very hypocritical when it comes to issues of politics and as a forum, because in a democracy there are no neutrals. Either you are a coward taking part of the oppressor, or you are part of those fighting for freedom. So in a democracy there are no neutrals. So we call the United States of America now compare the bigger platforms that you can think of, like CNN, Fox News, and as for your friends say allegiance where they towards. For instance, CNN is a liberal platform. Fox, your friends say Republican platform. And when it comes to young critiquing the issue, irrespective of the fact these news platforms, or more limit to certain political ideology, they are able to stand firm and fair. They critique the issue. So where you stand as a person, I'm not sure say it's an issue. It's just about job and it's a media person be declare and no that clarity to you are able to listen to issues, because support John Mahama now John Mahama be president the following day. No, I'm not sure, sir, you will come here and defend the person. So, Obia will every right at any point in time to support whichever government.
The first person I may criticize.
Yes, and that is what makes us human. That is what makes us human, because as a man, your conviction is everything. That is all that we've been saying. Back to political promises. I think now we are Ghana, you are hoping the many promises being thrown out there in the name of party politics. Then you look at what has happened, because now Okroma 2016 now you name the way na Nema Efaso na Eko. Then President Akufo-Addo pop out from nowhere and they assured Ghanaians promises upon promises. One district, one factory, one this, 1 million, just a one na the amuke kabo mbebre. Then omo etugu Ghana for so. Fast forward, Ghana for actually money the 2 million. But these promises here can't want to mean none. And then what we are Ghana near. The promises these people made, maybe see the light of the day. For instance, President Akufo-Addo, the key promises: one, industrialization. Industrialization, and when it comes to all the bigger economies around the world, Germany, America, and as a thrive when industries pick up, because I don't need to creating as we speak. Those industries now you can't want them, not even one, because I was looking up for that industrial transformation. I said a bit to me a creating numa ama Ghana for any BIA, because countries let me advance around the world in industries nene etimia pope. So we a country like Germany coming up after the Second World War. Adia baako Germany taking upon itself and etimi boma Germany timi gene who free ohiem the industrial drive because after the war or realize it's a news who said said the only way is to go into machinery into now Germany all the big industries you go back to China today. China 50 years ago was one of the poorest country, but who say we have the numbers, because numbers are China or America only have. So say manufacture nema, we can leverage our numbers as a competitive advantage economically, never mind numbers. And China atimia rise to a point the second largest economy. At some point Ghana yet yesu about your dollar CD China etimi take deliberate steps. Now we're devaluing the UN because o devalue and near China ni beko akotona bontene a disincentive. You have to buy Chinese products and Huawei ne other product or motor phones and so forth. They have that competitive edge now. One Apple and a battle when it comes to some of these things. And the industrial promises now President Akufo-Addo and those industries are not there, and he's not bold enough to take any platform and tell Ghana for say and those promises. Second has to do with issues of corruption. Corruption is one of the cornerstone issue of President Akufo-Addo Ghana for Tuabaman. People saw him as a no-nonsense man when it comes to corruption. Sabi, obey who baby. But now you can't corruption or damn say pam, because Nabayano hasn't been able to do anything when it comes to issues of corruption. I don't know, I see the state machinery, the state might in our side, just use it to commit to investigation. Now you say some level of merit, merit.
But they talk about the establishment of the Office of the Special Prosecutor as an institution to deal with cases of corruption, as a step, a bold initiative to deal with corrupt issues. So now I
think the Office of the Special Prosecutor, I said it some time ago, was a useless creation. emphasis because I person fight corruption. You don't need to set up institutions. What you need is the political commitment and the will on the part of the state. Now, because there are agencies already, they have prosecutorial powers, like the AG department. They have the prosecutorial powers, and then even the police to a certain extent, and then there are other agencies are able to go deeper into issues of corruption. And these are binding serious. So but me boy am fighting the issues of corruption. You don't need to set up the office of the special prosecutor. Office of the special prosecutor by metem bisa say be abebe kra no mutime prosecuting say abebe edi omansika na wadi for. They hasn't been able to convict anybody. In some nearby, the special prosecutor has become, your friends say, some kind of a stamping way. Because Abra, Papa Weba, Nanwada, or no, I am willing so a fight corruption, at some point in time, the guy was frustrated. Lumba, Yom, and Kwano, my neighbor, who's not trying to remiss. Because, just a name or account somebody or your will some president when I was me fight corruption I am ready to do at some point in time because this whole thing was a scam, some kind of way I added just to the political narrative. Now I'm going fight corruption and then Kisejabe is frustrated. Open the back when the media deal with Martin Amidu. One president the Kufado brought him on board. The people thought, oh, Martin, they all had a track record with his own party NDC. At some point, Rollins, Nelson, Mahama issues what the special prosecutor. But not President Kufado thought, say, Obetimia pandano to manipulations and influences. But at the end of the day, the guy demonstrated, said, no, I'm here to work. At the end of the day, you who near my AC, or no one casa babon timber catch there and say, President Akufo-Addo a mother serpent of corruption because they are just to disrupt and thwart him from doing whatever that he intended to achieve. Yet Yana Cecilia Papa issue be see yakwada sorry $1 million it will be them. Now, and there is no civilized democracy anywhere. I'll bet me explain this because a friend of mine told me say Oko UK some point in time Oko police for a control we are on them sisan and their manner or £10,000 or baby no mufaka home. Police for Basom by investigation. Anna or boss say number $10,000 with them and I'll catch and say only $10,000 in free in 7 or come you say or bope and now can say another issue man because you can't keep $10,000 under your bed. I wouldn't declare chair be a winner. Then he took it away from that particular report and said that you are more fire or make sure this Canada man. But it's me $1 million go good them besin ne. Ubisa so yes can or hana yeah to an answer story. Some media men were telling us never find the woo yeah and more yeah and sabo na confirm not your crab back if you know $1 million. These are silly stuff people were telling us on radio. At the end of the day, special prosecutor here now just oil investigation, I mean what is the outcome be about? That particular issue has been killed. At some point, yeah, the command Yoko for a crime so true letter command Attorney General can say, oh, issues of way onjai because special prosecutor can say money laundering aspect be now more that ingenuity, the resources to be able to pull that investigation. But no, they kill the matter as we speak. Cecilia Dapa is walking free. And the President Akufo-Addo Okachira Manfo said public person or the home buying and the public person I know who campus will be about home buying. So that is a failed promise because one key thing that over the years and I'm for free to me a boy I see it me a battle corruption and what to have now light here do a man for ACC because ECG so a man for produce power now the my ECG is uncle Toma don't know what 45%. Because that mismanagement and inefficiency no one system then American government Obama aircon or the power initiative by under the compact 2 catch there and say inject some level of efficiency into your energy sector by doing so if a private sector be room now we move room mema usika sabaya sa sika na enema enko ye no ni nyina etu obetwa then fast forward these people form the cabal I for a foreign company in the name of PBS and all fronted that particular deal. And the day corruption may break in. What is a president in Kukudoso investigating? I didn't see an amount for the American government was supposed to give us $190 million. As a result, the American embassy wrote to us and says they've cancelled that money. Do you know what $190 million can do? Says ECG that from 2022, 2022, $10.9 billion. The following year it was 1.9 billion. Your friend saying a car and the so all the agency and then Netco at the car, Vaco Trust Fund at the car, Ghana Cylinder Manufacturing Way at the car, Oko Energy Sector, just a toa and a daho. Then let me bring you back to the economy. And then another Dr. Baumianam or yet promises our Session University Central making promises in Nasifon. I am telling you, sir. Theoretical way na yekano different from practical wisdom. I would be a amana manifest in terms of work because Okasa John Mahama was borrowing recklessly. John Mahama Busian or Bonian said him on Jenny Ghana for her and a Ghana 14 and said on Modemano. I know she Okochi John Mahama Bisan Busian or Boy and Obian near Machro by ne Okochi Konoforata. Now catch and Sabusian Brubena Wabono, a dear Lord ya. One way I would have him Tiababuna Kulu because all union Sadiaba Kokran Kancho. Because Sikana Moti Yanomosheno. Oba and they told said borrowing, governance was all about borrowing. People causing them. Oba early stage and Okobo Busia 2.8 and other buyer a Euro bond. And no 40 year. The following year he went back and took 3 billion. The following year 3 billion. The following year 3 billion. So in a space of 4 years, now you Bob Busia over 11 point something billion dollars. Our commercial space. Into 2023, he made an attempt to go back. And I'm going to tell you, books no. Aquawe, Kratana would be better. That is not what the book says. And I declare Ghana junk. All the credible rating agencies like Moody's, Fitch, and then as for everything a junk. At that point, now there was no way to make a Bobusian baby. And until I'm die when you see Bank of Ghana. Na Addison, I turn Bank of Ghana into a printing press and all the printing Sikano. You never buy a housing inflation at 53%. And the economy now, almost promising and say on buy a boy economy no buy and a come in a year to the stance that Ghana I declare bankrupt after COVID. Apart from Zambia, Ghana is the second country I declare bankrupt after COVID because numbers management was so widespread. COVID Sikana about Kromano, Utibi Mitibi, Quaya fast why she Sikanu Buye, and in all this, Remakasa governance is a human enterprise. Nipa bet my mistake. So we for be share Jumama. We need to mention the Nipa na because in humans there some of these indiscretions are there. But say Nipa no ya Jumana, what can you the obetimi aye asina no kwan and now obetimi aye kire Nipa no nyansa sabi or mine ade yam fa because every human being biano even so your pope kura are very dangerous. All that they need are incentive and opportunities to thrive. So as a state, you take away the incentive, you take away the opportunities. Many people who say if you go against the state, consequences will be there. But we are talking about the president who will be in some. Nipa no bokro no na ono apade no mo. Nipa no bokro no na wakele omo furo. So I know today there is enough motivation for people to steal. There is enough motivation for people to engage in all the excesses. The other side is this impunity with which they operate. This arrogance of power. Instead no air cost Ghana for Ekano, you see certain foolish belligerents. As a nipa no kan say ma mintie de me pe na meye ba mamuo no enye ona na bi na ewu no de akonwa ma ona wote so na me na nanom kokon na omode ama mintie de ope na obeye. We are talking about a democracy. Nipa na bi tumi ama. So you need to respect the people. Sometimes you may be doing right thing, but enam say some explanations ni na se for nyam ko yenti no nipa adwen ko, but you need to respect the people. So always, the relationship that might exist between power and the people must be that of mutual respect and intellectual kinship, nothing else. There is no pity, nothing. But in our case, it's a different ball game altogether, and they are taking us for granted. So I think that the promises being made and then as a phone na me anya God President Akufo-Addo from Thursday, you could see clearly say promises now will make you, and there was no way obetimi akwa do so. Kwabeku yet yes will be president there. Ade a wadwen ho. So when you get opportunity in your maiden edition to address your people, when you look into their faces in some number the first day president addressing the maiden edition, America president therefore speech is not a boom and obejina ho and all kind go ho. Now such a man can even trust him when it comes to say the vision in the dreams and so forth. So at that particular point, he told Ghanaians says there is no way between yet. It was just a narrative president. And unfortunately, we found ourselves in the media space. Most of our media people are very hypocritical. Very, very, very hypocritical. Because you see, me growing up, I became so confused about issues or any reality about politics. Because, Sharia, NDC nete MPP nete and a host nete we see and we see and host instead of him to clear the issues so that the listener will get we are first that precisely what the issues are. No, not the necessary read text messages. So I know the average listener. Not the necessary. Or bet me almost I see radio host, the TV host. Is there some interrogating issues are politicians ekano? Yes. Text messages and I'm okay. Yes. Amukasa Sijra, Mamenko. I message so many times. Okay, so what about promises and reality? Ma yambra okay, abuse of power, abuse of incumbency, and the keka survey de bria koso ubi so man for GDA mo electoral commission mo in the history of Fourth Republic, the current electoral commission, the trust the people have for them above from unprecedented. And we about the judiciary, the trust and control no more edema your court, your judges and also above from Adentia. I think that this whole enterprise, is being run like a Ponzi scheme. It's not a democracy. Me say we have imposters who are fronting democratic rule and they just make it look like democracy. But in reality, there is no democracy. Because I hear all state Obama ba catch and say Africa, you making sure say build strong institutions. Institutions and you kwa nice abana. Making convictions and your friends and strong values and principle to stand and the interface institution all state institutions they compromising. For instance, let's talk about the judiciary and say Supreme Court the ruling Bible until now court social media and then unanimous 11 na ye moa na ye say where's a man for you know it's so derogatory. But why? You have to promote so be a judiciary that. But say appointment for instance in recent time, look at the number of appointment a President Akufo-Addo akogu the Supreme Court. Ghana conventionally you come enter 14. But and then you turn 14 as a makers and you parliament or more trying to approve them. And so I heard the background of some of the individuals and they are very problematic. For instance, we have a fair parliamentary candidate whole central ya promoting and the Supreme Court bench. So now this year by a very contentious political issue. Now Chief Justice under the power and the infantry to appoint that person to go and sit on that particular panel. Sorry, raise it on the panel no. Or say this is a constitutional matter. Constitutional matter and go on the court and I'm punching at the corner. And your political actors, they bear political interest. So you cannot disaggregate the two. You need to show the people respect. Looking at the nature of this particular issue, Nipa will because the gentleman raised it on the bench or said that no raise it here just to take away credibility from the judiciary. But over the years, sign your money, don't stop here. And when it happens, they think, oh, yeah, my lord, respect the amount for the bound, but respect we earn. You cannot cow people into submission, and as I want to intimidate people to respect you, you need to earn it. You understand? So those times, and I don't make us say even. Pontius Pilate nko said that their channel omo buy na ye generation obi abeka na ma membusa wadwen citizen vigilante. Yes. And this government yenim cases vigilante for court in Kumasi eco free a suspect who was standing trial. Yeah. Intimidate judge. Yeah. Ma judge dwane at the end of the day they were fined. Yes. They were fined though. And this is a criminal offense. Yeah. But they were fined. Yeah. And UTV was UTV for a year United Showbiz. They were attacked by party tax. Yes. Also they were fined. Judiciary, say credibility and credibility and credibility and yes. And no yes, because you see, it is a impunity, it is a flower. Yabia, Debia, and you started now. I'm far be so and stop it. Now you allow it to fester and grow a ginsemu. And that is the point we've gotten to. And Ghana was concerned about the neutrality and the independence of the judiciary, or every reason, because there are several polls about recently, Afrobarometer for the report Babonte, gauging the level of trust among for the judiciary. What kind of report now you're Ghana near? We so because my muhayati, we can lose the executive, we can lose parliament, but one avenue, young to mean Lusu. has to do with the judiciary. Public trust in the judiciary must be absolute and unwavering. But to extend say nipa nya asema or prefer so be friend to nya mabodua than to go to court because they don't trust the court, and that should be a major concern. You understand? Until we chief justice, you need to see say all these sentiments being expressed by people on social media and other form. I know they are very, very important because justice delivery, it's not just about sitting in the court wearing that particular horse wig, reading judgment. It is about getting people to have trust and confidence in what you are delivering, because the whole essence of justice is to hold society together. And disintegrated society. Suspicious and running away from not a bit creative for that chaos. I know that so I think say politics, and deep into the fabrics of our judiciary. And I'm a public judiciary baby, because me growing up, I have never seen judiciary ruling about Bontia as a man for to social media, and another platforms are diverse. So I think they need to do a lot. Say met me. I will deal with the image, because image in there, you may sit in the courtroom and think everything is okay, but trust me,
all right,
in public it's not.
All right, youth activist and social commentator. Pacho, your last name, is it a surname and a nickname? Mr. Ivan Che Innocent.
Yeah, that is the name.
Innocent,
Yes.
I will send him more. Oh, do you know who I'm saying? Ivan Che Innocent. Now, we Trebiama media for move hosti MPP ni NDC. Now, say, panelists in a country. Mubakano crutches, Basa Wubwa, Yanyam Fatuhu. Do you see way Eddie say, media impact in country? The American say, Jinahomami. Mamin ko ti wemra na min ko kai messages eti media no so no yakaho e no man no ababedu sampempe so because yentumi hwe no kura ni nka yentumi hwe no kura ni nka media no slow because ye bedi watem media no slow say nipa 1000 bedi watem na so wo kasa ma millions eti why na wo so man Ghana ana wo so mo yefunu odi ase eti media no so or the Subwa boy na no correct some media no yentumi hwe amanyofo nanim enkajes asebwa wokai eyentro 2016 who can say 2024 who can say yentumi hwe amanyofo nanim ka say 2020 who can say ubeye way aden na wanye na dia wanye no who can say me pabocho ebia say ni senti na mentumi anye na yakinka in text messages wabrukwa yenim say asamu amanyebi ni eka no waboa anything for tron yetugu yenim na media na ye the fourth state grab na I say boss society no ban no media na yada afa waka judiciary confidence amanfo enya wo judiciary but anything na say nkrofo bodua krofo pe eduro tuni bia more than obekokọ because duabo no ye fast afa waka promises factories in a way constituency no factories in a way 1 million sikana way Nyankopon dan so akosi say Nyankopon asori dan akosi say
I think it's one of the most disgusting issue metia na sabi ebufu ya homte because so we have we are say advance here drew and because of globalization we are not living in isolation obiti Ghana the level of exposure in terms of education you are competing with another person either in China or US for a job because I know there are a lot of people are multi Ghana in the US online and as a forum. So while countries are making advances are more promote or more education to a certain level you might want to see Ghana say yeah the same thing but the we are see do na on mind that sorry say yeah the sika kosi cathedral now besides a president about say yes cathedral na Nyankopon de body beche na a civil war ba wa prevent yen ukọ ya moso krom omusi cathedral yen kodi omoto aba na agi wom no bi adwane firi ho eba kroma so cathedral enji nipa baby we are say you invest in your people ade we start here ya ka kira ban say sabi enye nyansasam se baby a nkora enu baby te ukọ secondary schools na kwa say na nkora abobo ape so na sika kakra yanya na yedi kosi katibia na we need to reinvest and divert that money to other ventures asabi ebetimi aboa improve amount for life but nipa antie na omo ho ya abufu in this particular regard eya asofo na mu di sa ade we yachi nipa kan nyansasam nyina kire omo a they were the very people who are inciting ayebo president abaso say onkoso no nsi katibia na Ghana nyankopon man. So the question that we nyansani abebisa ho ne say so man no tam ne sika no de kosi cathedral ade achi na nkramofo sori so omo nso omo pe bi ade ansam na abeka na se kwaku bu nsam ne team so sori so omo so omo pe abosomdan a you cannot tell them say wuntumi nsi because Ghana is a secular state. So sa nneema we nyina nipa anwene ho afa ye kowuram animguase ne sha ase se eba no asofo no we na betwe krata so ma resign we na betwe krata so ma resign even the courage to approach Ghanaians and say hey, we are sorry. Mumu bi kan yantie. They couldn't gather that particular courage. And abaye ka enesio and anu minyadaje e kan shraj report ababonten na me say o kan report na wabambe bu as a Ghanaian say aya ade ayedi si nyankopan soro dan the whole contract was fraudulent because shraj say contract na ya award the entire contract over 300 and something million no aya fraudulent it should be cancelled. Parliament and yawe kwan fa so my contract PPA approval yanya tese some individuals trans no modwene so ye na yesi ana wo kwan fa so idea nsa ko bo man sikam na yakọ draw $25 million ya buy say seed money na kan for yata ko no ko $25 million Ghana cedis e seed money we kwa no ko $32 million Ghana cedis na ye say the contractors na se foka about papers were at some point now you see almost bear $58 million echo na na what na bisa on say there na $58 million ebetimi aya ebetimi asesa Ghana for bebre hyebre but sa sika no cathedral no kwa yantumi ansi e na akwa ya amana eda ho so me the mechanic say the shroud report na sia ka say yenya investigating na if possible asofo no mo kan mo ye bo yam prosecute o mo nyina I think that time aso say ye be kire nipa nyansa wokroma say ye fro say kodi ade anim na se wunim dia menye se me na me yesofo na me yese nkodi animu because enim asofo a omukwaje bank kodi animu ade no de bank no gugu ye when omunim se omunim bank hunim dia ba omukwaje gu no sa cathedral issue ya bai e wo se ye kire mo hu se oman sika ye nkosi oman sika me pachawo ko no serious your first democratic dispensation and I question oman sika as ma pachawo ma resign me
now talking about banks egugu here Dr. Paco Sindum Eco Court say kwan aban fa so agene bank GN bank no in twakwan en fa kwan mu no huso I think so we're winning judgment to Krampo.
Yes.
And but still the Yemfa ne bank man. Cleaning of the banking sector. It's one major issue the unemployment because your car banks bomu about 9 or 10 banks.
Yes.
And your car bomu bank because a friend consolidated bank. So we believe say what banks 9 10 ebomwa sa bank na ho de be so asene eco bank ni other banks na aka no minim bank na ho de e de na be ka efa sa banking cleaning the banking sector.
I think it's very pathetic and we say what's na radio so say that we see na wo church nsemu a na emotions are feeling the padodo na adwen politics no dodo na amfa nyansa anya politics or the emotions and so issues no betena se tie mu ye na no aye very judgmental no normally no emotional kind of way trigger and you know or katia me party obi any ho time obi when it comes to issues like this. So we have banking sector clean up now. There is no banking sector where awiasia omuni your friends say liquidity problems. A bank bia go back to America 2008. Abra Obama ebano. There was a recession in America. All the major corporation banks now were folding up. What he did he said or set aside huge sums of money, a capital. Then he gave it to banks now more reputation than other firms like JP Morgan Chase Bank and other reputable firms that take this money. Go and buy all distressed assets. Now, we make sure say mobile revive no amana ye because I'm Ghana for na year adwuma with these corporations. They took the money, bought several of the distressed assets and revived them so that people will not lose their job. That was the same thing we were expecting. Some of us were on radio telling governments, okay, if there are challenges, let us go the American way. Let us find money and buy this asset. And as you have a regulation mechanism, I bet him they buy it. But Enam said the motivation was abroad by and the political opponent Yen said Juma, that was the motive. And a bank here 9 billion for recapitalization. You spend a whooping 21 billion. Sasi cannot cry no be about more different figures. And you do good bank. Obi a bank manager now to kwan to prako. You can imagine the psychological trauma such a person is going through and the level of unemployment they create here. Sankaya science say you know nanka banking sector na aye robust. And that's another thing. And ADB ukwa adan the siwo and bank blame agu. Oko your National Investment Bank the same thing. Your dynasty will agu him and sa CBG and will be and now a dollar account will go there and tell them say they should give you your dollar. These banks are still sinking. So I know the question is who took that decision? 2020 year 2022 America about 4 banks in the year, Signature Bank, Republican Bank, and one other bank. But as sense distress, then they signal your friends the American the Treasury Department. Then they find money for amount for most can 10 times now. Then they bought this asset. Because one thing about some of these corporations is Papa Kwasindium Ebia Juma and then the man a Ghana for take your friends say unemployment burden or minus or you blow free and so and you need to help them. Do a point baby say Papa Kwasindium the Nisika no din there is no private bank. Me from where I stand, there is nothing like private bank because government that power to ensure that the financial security of the citizens is protected. And this will be a bank. The very moment I will go to the public, and yet private blame public because the state has a vested interest in somebody buying the money for home buying. And this is a Papa Kwasindium what you do, pick him up. You can either prosecute him or do whatever that you want to do with him. But unfortunately, and I'm saying now the energy with which omoyo ntino ya ntrase anwene sansema make nyina ho no an say yengu saa I know the good banks solution be na dey abaye the unemployment still ravaging. So I think say politics ye ba aban mu nya tumi na sabi emotions na ya gigi amanfo koye we na ya na edoso ye ntrase. Then we should also appoint right people into right positions because unfortunately the kind of politics are no kroma no and meritorious. We don't appoint people based on their level of expertise, knowledge, or whatever. It is based on when a constituency no come in, when the financing and so forth. So I know the day you have a lot of head that position and I think that is a serious problem. I say you fix it because there are some people when your appointment are the and I know the day on mine gusu sinkiana yesinke because on my promise yes we have the men. Near the boarding, I can see professors and doctors and so forth. On mine in a way.
The last one, Abayin share or for domestic debt exchange program. Man for citizens are investing in bonds. And on a day haircutting buyer and who pensioners normal copycat our Ministry of Finance. And then this asked me by.
I think say reckless borrowing I make one no. I bet you know say bond the most secured investment anywhere in the world. Because so we talk stocker and as we invest here overnight you can lose all your money overnight everything you cut up in the way but when you buy bond you're so secure because we coupon rate and what maturation date now can so it is the secured investment you can do anywhere but unfortunately I'm bossing bonnie na ya boy ya Kenyans as some this is what has happened. Ghana are declared bankrupt which means your foreign external creditors are moka to omoka ya the China ka over 1.7 billion ya the Paris Club ka 1.9 billion oko the Eurobond market ya the ka 13 billion ene multinationals ya di omoka okeka ni nyina boma ya debt wa abonte no ene revenue na enya no se ya kase ye etua ka na oman ne bebo until we've gone there to declare to them such a kana ya demo no ya bon kwase abosia in the past ama sikana amemene ya enti yentumi ntua ya ka yesremo montwe nkwa animu mayen and that is exactly what has happened. Abanye sa na manu wi ene say omode your external debt no nkwa forgive you na there is no way we can survive. So for the first time in the history of this country no ya bakrom ha ama Ghana for domestically omodo musika bo aban bosia in the form of pensioners, in the form of a motor bond, in the form of more omoto treasure bill na se for no sa sika no ene President Akufo no offer second for rata I restructure that particular debt. He said no yeah twa kwa ni maturation you know na say eduru why do sika amount. Most of the people who hear this investment obi o 60 years obi o 70 years obi o 80 years me hospital na metimi ya adwuma. I know how these people are vulnerable when it comes to some of these things or medication. Anti-diabetic medication, hypertension, those drugs, you know. At that age, there is nothing like postpone. These people did this investment to buy themselves this medication and to be already 80 years. Now, catch as on Chinisika anymore. A death sentence now pass a mano. Why? Because a certain government decided to live a very reckless and dangerous life. Abraham Obabosiano, Nyansa Sembena young country Mokruma. Nobody listened to anybody. And on minor bankruptcy na yademuno and in the Samra Sanema way in a Oko Jubilee House, Sika Yaswako Hokokodi in a year. No, what's your Yembeso? Sika Yaswako Jubilee House. You can take the budget and read the amount of money you push the Jubilee. But President, a whole year on tighten the belt, then Koloforata will come back and tell you, say, Mon tighten the belt. When James as a president, no belt holes who na campus were tight. And I think that is how unserious these people are. And you see, Adeba Kwema, the echo swing in Esaya Reho has to do with the family friend Kabbalah. Yes, I attach it.
But remember, next issue. One of the issues are abai edibo kane abai mahama abai sobo energy crisis.
Okay.
And uti run poa anytime we be obenya mahama asembia no ose on a didum so ebaye and nana do crown so president his excellency eka say Dumso Mahama and the buy or no and the best survey. I said when no crabbe.
I think sir some metanaka say Mahama pensioner Dumso ni why I'll be a hypocrite. Yenina or Ghana we saw what happened. But the reality and the records and the fact on the ground no so just say by the time Anna Mahama a free office na Ghana your generation capacity rises to 563,000. No, your friends say 5,000 yeah 631 megawatts and another war peak day they here 3,700. So now there was excess because that time that various agreement buy the breaker power and another the time ko Kumasi and as for so at that particular period and I'm saying abandon lusu yentino that information in as for no didn't come to light. But the reality is all the power mix now generation mix now buy from the independent power producers and they do in other way, he brought those things. And then the energy sector, he came up with this ESLA at the energy sector levy where the idea was just to form a consortium of banks and who create fund now. Not what the bank no back on oil leader. Say Sikana Betoma, take this money and sort yourself out because your generation mess, independent power producers and 50% and Sana State also the 50%. So always near the Omoka. So that this whole thing was there just to ensure that Sikatoma they know what disburse it for these people. Akufo-Addo by the first thing they did was to mortgage the ESLA. ESLA and mortgage which I say the Kosikema Kwaje and this it is no longer going to the bank to service the energy sector debt. Now, that is what we are using to do. They even get fund the cry. Memo secondary school get fund at Toka, their school get fund, your mortgage at the Kwajabosia. So all these fund like my Sikani and the Sikam Ajaji Jabosia at the Sikanational. Always now you should expect to say and I'm saying young generate any aspect be a free ban or not energy sector no will be in trouble. So say what is na po air cancer seminar but more than bisa say oba megawatt saying and whatever kind of energy mix no so otiminya sa answer na then you take him serious and yes I just take it like the usual your friends saying politics now that childish infantile politics in general public I will just throw out there because we know that people are gullible, they will just swallow everything. That is the nature of politics we do. But when we are doing fact check, putting all the fact and the statistics on the ground, another day Saadi Yambatam ko Kumasi na anui and then na Mahama kofa ba ya hon sembebre a married na se for no at some point in time yes, a young auditing as for in some cover by a crying at the and that particular plant and they serve the people of Kumasi power. So you should be able to tell us power and generative and come if I'm marrying Kumasi. So I think some of these politics, they are for some level of people. emotional politics no more, but the advanced critical thinkers, there are things that such politics will not fly.
Has the media helped in dissecting the issues? Said okay, I say a fact check, analysis and political discourse. Has the media helped?
Not at all. One observation I remember Krama who said there are a lot of people sitting behind console, maybe because he has the numbers. But when it comes to factual analytical discourse, I activate a nipa no see say nipa not to the they don't even have it, because for you to be very critical, now over to interrogate and get the best out of any issue, you must be on top of that particular issue. And again, say that now we see instead of investing wisdom and intelligence into politics, most of the media people have rather invested their stomach. So I know the day, so we invest in your foolish politics. My bad, I had a cocaine system. And to would that shut down pa, and you throw car, dear, a man for a cannon, you dear chili. But the media space, the whole essence is to educate people. Because you see, young people over the years, and I'm missing catchers or sorry, radio so confusion. A million will grow. People don't understand. There is still tribal, ethnocentric, emotional, sentimental politics. Ufra Branty from says I didn't know but he doesn't know. Ada said no way, they don't have any understanding about politics. So I am media no duty to critique the issue. For issue because and to be able to make informed decision, you need information as a basic material. You analyze it, then you make informed choices. But who is giving you the information? By I think the abua a social media. First, not traditional media no control over the media space. They decide what to share, what to discover. And there are people doing social media on a platform. For instance, I have Kevin Taylor, for instance, also on a platform not as well. You see the number of people watching. So nobody can control the media anymore. And so also now YouTuber, you can reach out to a lot of people. And the platforms not very diverse. That is why you see this level of political education. And I'm sure time will come. You will get there. Now, see, you do what? There are a lot of people are more getting to the political stage because the people are gullible. Because people don't know here.
Obi Sunday me audio be says here. Me pese me kamebo, but I don't want to share Nipane voice.
Okay.
Now the Nipane air can say, MPP parliamentary candidate and the member of parliament for Ayawasu was Wogon. And Dra Ediane Cha wa chair Emma and Krofu Ediki Wuko Abana. Media ebusane say why did you do osina oniho? She has denied vehemently said na oniho. But there are pictures and videos now.
Okay.
And media na jano tra.
Yes. You see, so no. Because Obia yen the bed because election ya koi Obia obabi ojina. And the assembly as a morning plan you be defended.
No, but how can you lie to the media when the media actually have some form of exhibit or evidence? Say you were there. How can you lie? And the media will not, challenge her. Say, Madam, asama okay, obua. What's your blue and white at video? Now then, you were captured by a media camera.
Yes.
Now see, na mini cry. Near Janice. Me, I think, sir. What will find say you're Jimmy?
Yeah, exactly. That is the word. There is no decency in our politics. There is no decency. So Obi original politics
because Obi I am from so me pamocho mo fanche me na e twaso ba say utumi hwe domani gina public e ka say I wasn't there man ko ho de bia dia asem to me so mini ho wa breku a video no kire say wunie a wo che aduane wo se yenye me na media no ye jane sa be pe me na ye nka ho asem bi ye jai.
Yes, because onim say
yenim say electoral offense
or address or talking to gullible masses. Say we know the nobody will hold him accountable. Obi no be bisa no question out here will be say Obi no be bisa no. And that has been the nature of our politics. And then to be a politician in Ghana is so easy because you see those times you need to exhibit some level of intellectual dexterity. You should be able to tell people say indeed nipa we won there. But then that is not the case. And then when to galam say we parliament na dey be mbiem. Me say yan hwe here abeka kra no obekọ Jubilee House no na monkey na te ho. Because it's about having money. We have monetized the entire political space to the extent say if you have money, you have a voice. You have money, you can buy people and get your way. But the intelligence that is needed to ensure say leading leadership, transformation, send power brabo. Now to Abama will be a galam say campaign. Again ben and or they better table, so policy table. So ama policy about brabo. You won't get that. So I think that the economy yeah, as a people, no, Makasa, so anywhere in the world, who sustain bad governance, the people are not innocent, they are not victims, they are sponsors and accomplices. Because and they give you the oxygen of publicity to what is happening. Now say nipa no sorry me human saka say no, me MPP ni, but ade we consider in some me NDC ni ade we dey no. Akufo the promise yes oba be we. Na me tena se hwe nsem na okeka na no. You cannot install Bawumia on us when he's part of your government. The failure everything now the guy is in the middle of it. So what is he bringing? These are legitimate intelligent questions that we should be asking. But unfortunately no. Yes, I medium bisa critical question because obi assume the yafunu. So at the end of the day, on mine and ebo. Nanka ban say na Ghana ne where debt ne. Ghana. So here be free bar. Abraham Kromatam besi ne. The kind of investment, the advances. Ghana ye motorway. I'm told na lending krana motorway endi ho. Nti ban say na ne. We are still under the bus and investments here those things are not there. You wake up a day, people sit on TV and they say, oh, and a GDP, I say GDP away. Another day, and GDP as a metric, even Simon Kusnet, or none of the buyer to gauge how countries are doing. And so said the ACT now, and to measure the actual welfare of the people, and then the human development index because and then capital literacy
ma membu sao asemi I think say hono say only media ebe ya adua na be bom sobo His Excellency the Vice President May 2020 na oye campaign edeboa His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and some be okan we will move from taxation to production taxation to production but taxes ni levies be brea na ban ediaba no ombeche mu de okan say ye fa taxes be bre emba levy tax we shall not charge momo otina radio so kai we will not charge momo because if you charge momo it will be cyclical then the momo payer will also charge and it will be the video is there our car say yen charge momo but sabi parliament pass levy embrano omo no mo yare wa broche nyina you can play emo buy emo be pass here iti dem na sani pay asan etwa no ka se me ba metwa levy mu na enye ntro ne ndada ene ye de dada adenti ni yentumi question embusa sa promise we say o ka sa won charge me mu enso wa charge me iti ebe de na majwe didi wo ka che me say oba obeye
yes and sasema wo kan enwa okọ White House press briefing that is exactly what happened. Biden promise America for said Nebajo your friend say Hunter Biden on pardon. Omoda sorry what he say pardon. And people were calling him our press briefing our White House and adia ye the secretary no why papa no din to America for he told them say on pardon the ban but and
American media
exactly they were very critical and now where all the major platforms and as for people are calling Biden say he should resign for lying to the American people. But Oba Ekroma, go and check. Nobody is even talking about it. So we are coming to the level of your understanding with issues of politics. Nipa nanka say you didn't there pet. You didn't there you anti politics and I say yeah you say a tribal sentiment and affinity that kind of way no. And we don't see the need to hold people accountable. And nanka so we have taxes to the sense that you dear by COVID. COVID by other country people will enjoy incentive. Why to who UK, US, and as a forum benefit and I'm for taxes.
COVID
exactly
tax.
Then the vice president have the gut to come and tell people that they should vote for him. That is the highest level of disrespect. I'm expecting say Ghana is serious. COVID
World Bank ne IMF so ya sima yesikano.
Yes.
Yet that so COVID tax.
COVID tax. To the stand say me bet kwa boys di twintwa omo ho ye de aduru ho a obi di ne bet a ye san kwaje ne tax na se for but you see taxes na ye je no okwa there is no government in the world that want tax but tax na wo je anyansa de be na wo de ye that is the question. Bawumia hasn't been able to tell us say 8 years taxes be brebe ya jiji weni ye de on top of it obosia yasia baguso so obi beside that question and that question is very legitimate and I'm hoping say the media in this country will sit down and one day omo abehu the damage ebu binom aye to this country how unfair and why are some are sacrificing or mine for their stomach, and then as for, and why young people continue to suffer. Because until say about say, asserting the rules of engagement. Now you're straightening the issues not up. I'm a beer who say Nyama NDCO MPP. The ultimate destination is Ghana. We need to whip the sense of patriotism and nationalism in Ghana for the gut to defend our country and not political parties. But you wake up on daily basis, the defense is about political party. Now, Panini Pass, you expect, you have respect for him, not to know defending Semunu because I am a party. And I think that is there.
Ora Ivan Che Innocent, a youth activist and a social commentator, and on election promises versus the reality, the comparative analysis of the government's performance. Now, Yejina Article 1 of the 1992 Constitution, so and the sovereignty of Ghana resides in the people of Ghana, in whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and within the limits laid down in the Constitution. Yamfa emotions, insults, tribalism, and politics. Obi a politics now we mean politics because politics are based on facts. The facts and the politics. The policies and the politics. The ideas and the politics. It is somewhere can you questions based on information. Now some media no emfa information and babonting. Na media menye factual analytical discourse ma manfo ehu asem no kore wom no mu fa decision ewu mu the media has been unfair to the society, says Ivan Che Innocent, a youth activist. Na ana yede ene komotwetwe no besi ne kwakwa mu yekoto aba eye memineda eden necessary voter bia ehu na yekasa vigilance. How do we protect the voters ballot? Aba ebeto no uti nkomo bia nkofo ka aba no de wembe to we renew ba wan wembe wiem oni nipa miensa bia kasa omo kasa abato no omo be wiem na minim de man nkofo sa high suspicion ne se abato no omo be wiem best 3-4 days ago and Electoral Commission beka say on ma media no ekwan enko media ni nyina ekwan enko polling station ni collation centers media no aba be kasa etia isaze bi sida Ghana bakosem my Electoral Commission no atwe na no asay ebeto dwa se asojafo ebeko collation centers wabra yenim se asojafo enye madwuma no because ebisi wo eye tachima 2020 abato no se sojafo beko the chief of defense staff at the ababeto abonting through the public affairs directorate se sojani bia ni honoma esese oko police station but minim so maka collation centers in so because abato na yekoto memenida no abana wo beto ewo polling station ho no eye baako yekokeka abo abato bebremu ewo constituency ansa na eye baako for parliamentary abato wo beto wo eye polling station bia no eye baako yekeka ni nyina bom ewo regional any national na eye baako e be ama presidential in the presidential election there's one constituency. In the presidential election, there's only one constituency. Enti abaro ye kan o polling station wa ye wie. Esese abaro efi polling station wo eko constituency collation center. Efi constituency collation center, eko regional collation center. Na efi regional collation center, ako national collation center. Eno ene de kan presidential. Enti ni pa. Presidential no uto ewo polling station. De yakan wo no ye wie. Now, in the process of transmitting the results from the polling station to the constituency, to the regional, to the national, in the process, any masasa, pin sheet, words, any figures, etunisasa. Adinti, and Yebeka say obia enya vigilant because enya say woto aba no wie na de akan o polling station no eno na beko constituency the returning officer no be throw pin sheet ni so otumi a mistake na figures no throw no e different from words e kopie our constituency no ma na e de asem aba enunti ene yeka so obia anya vigilant. Your final words, Ivan.
Yeah, I think that elections, no, Ghana is the ultimate destination. I say about violence-free elections, and said that I will see kind of suspicion. I am very high because I had the posture and the posturing of the Electoral Commission. Or more than never be bread, Ghana for trust. And said that but we are hoping, say, Ghana for will be given the power and the opportunity to go there and decide nipo moto abamano. Now young Konya will be attempted to bend the legitimate will of the people of this country because I am not sure say among for ever fanasa because who the ecoso in terms of among for yanko signing peace accord, yan signing peace agreement, and a whole lot of stuff. Peace and no event is a process that you need to work to achieve it because there be a mechanism. Whenever you negotiate peace on the premise of injustice, a war and a postpone, and we have to be very, 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 very careful about that. And the security agencies, but we military, for my idea, issuing a statement, say they will not be part of the fence processing as a foreign because they see what the chairman have been seen there. Proper investigation be into nipa 8 actually among kwano. That is not what Ghanaians are expecting going into this particular elections. So you can get political parties or sign a peace accord and for, but we should remember say any peace be negotiated on the premise of injustice be a war in postponement. Enti you making sure say you be my worse. Na your friends a commitment to say by the right thing no. The whole we incentive be motivate you na to aba. So that at the end of the day the Ghana for the 2 million man no on and never be your mind so na nyese some individuals be share baby scheming and manipulating the whole system because the Electoral Commission then clear say they are not for the people of this country. They are there just to work for their puppet masters and so. But Ghana for will speak on the 7th of December, and I sure say peace will prevail.
Ghana for Ebekasa 7th December na Asunji Ebeyojuma Elizabeth Gazy UK Ivan Wakasapa Piao Nathaniel Amwaku Menu. I really like this man. He can talk sense pa. You should keep it up. Good show. Thank you so much. And okay, producer bet me akwaso kakra na invest.
This my brother, he went to Nsawam prison. Sitting here, we're spending how many months?
Almost 9 months.
Almost 9 months in Nsawam prison. Maybe you don't know. And we want to send this to whoever that the breed of journalists, the breed of presenters that we have now in this country, we are poised to make Ghana a better place. Okay,
Captain, good morning, and good morning to your viewers and listeners as well. Well, you know, some time ago I did some work, which Captain himself is aware, it involved some politicians. But the current administration decided they were going to deal with me. So they took me to court, but after looking at everything, you realize that I had already been paused or had been earmarked to go to prison. They have decided that the court processes was just a formality, that they had already decided that they were imprisoning me. So what we decided to do was to make sure that we use the opportunity, allow them to do whatever they wanted to facilitate. So we facilitated their process of taking me to prison, just to go and do some undercover work at the Nsawam prison. Because before then, we had picked up some intelligence pointing to the fact that there were very serious issues that is very dangerous to the security of this state. Because our young ones that we imprisoned there are being used by the prison authorities to transport hard drugs into the prison's facility. They transport these hard drugs through their rectum, that is through their anuses. Let me say it.
The person saying now say, sir, who calls someone prison? Who show you videos? So as I can, me my catch say Onuya is a national project. We know what we're doing. obi anfre obi so meti asem we aye kan asam ne say who can someone prisoner. I want IGP to listen to this. I will show you videos with faces. So if you have to make any arrest, go there and do it. Prison service. Tell your commanders, listen and watch. As somebody now say, who can someone prisoner? Ya den krofo kwa bonten say, won konkɔ ye adwuma, ye ma mo memene ndrubɔne. Wo ba no wa bene ewo ho, no wa yi apie. The assessor omode ye no omode aye to aso.
Yes. So that is basically what they do there. And even before an inmate goes out on a labor, that inmate has to pay money.
Okay. Sir, obi won someone prison. Na SSA okwa abonte say you are sentenced to prison with hard labor no. Boko. Sentenced to prison with hard labor no. Answer na yebema nipa na oye prisoner na wuhia no kwan so say order no. Ye de ne be kwa abonte mpo say onkodo no. Prisoner na odansa wo mu no, ye gini sika, otua bribe. As ye na kwa abonte akwa koye adwuma ko.
So when you pay that money, and when you pay the money, then they take you out. You just go and do like some 15 minutes or 10 minutes labor, and the rest they take you to a bush where there are drugs that are concealed, lying down there for the inmates to parcel them and then insert it through their anuses.
Okay.
In the presence of the prison officers.
Okay. So what you are asking me say, adwuma ye be wo krom ha no ho. Wan hwe ya wuhia me beka se me nyankopon me ndu nyame ho ba bia me yedipa. Woduru ho a watu ya sa sika na wie no ye do kokoye adwuma just 10 minutes because wo na wo ye ogboro, wo na wo ye ogbo, wo ye chompiata. Wotu ya sa sika no wie a wo koye do gyengenkwan no ho 10 minutes wo se sa akwa no ye se ye pena ye hunu. Ne ye de wa kohye nwuram eho na nduro no ya boabo ano na wo de ahye woturum me ka no raw na wate ase wo de ade bi fa ho no de wura woto kwewo na akeka hye woyam wuduru ho ano akone aba ne de aye de be ko.
So that is what they do. But some of the officers themselves sell these drugs outside the gate.
Okay.
In their cars.
In their
cars, they have a car boot.
Officers now want someone prison no. Or say sa de we no. Nduro no. Wo mo ton. Wo na perpetuate wo na yes eton sa nduro no. Na wo mo kam e wa bonten ho want someone prison. No me decide me ko ye be throw video me wa bin say ye kasa raw.
Even their wives too also do the same thing because most of the things they use to parcel the drugs are sold by their wives.
Ebinom yere mo ka ho.
You see. So
niema na say rubber say ye den aye de chichiri enuro no na enkwa presidency bi no etwe de akwahye omuturu no eye omo yere no mo kra na eton sa niema ye de parcel.
So when they do this, they take the prisoners back into the prison yard, and then they'll go to the various bathrooms, and then they'll shit it out. When they are shitting it out, the kind of blood that comes out with the drugs, the kind of drugs, the blood that comes out, even the stress they go through, some of them have to even get up and struggle. And most of them are small boys.
Okay.
Our brothers.
It is time right now. Wamade kwa hye omuturu mu no wi ya do ko inside do se kone eduro de bra na o se wono mo ne a emoja nkrofo timi ne no enye moja kuma ye de si wu ma ameso kro obete apo onni moja o se bi mo ho otimi eduro ne ma wo sore ya na wa kokoto ho wo chimte so wo yere wo snake ane ho bada so wo ho ba ehu bia so betimi ane eduro na ba as what to
viewers, I'm sure some of you know tinapa, the big one. Sometimes they can parcel the drug as big as the big tinapa, and you can imagine this thing pushed into the body of a human being.
Okay, what would tinapa and apa tinapa konkono? Said any case yet, no, and no, and a drone yet to be passing because yes, I need a pure road room. So, nakwane toho.
Some, when they get inside, they have rupture because this thing can easily burst in your system. And when it bursts, then you are done.
Ebi no wa wo mko dura rapture ne nche se Yesu ba. Rapture no ka ne Yesu a oba. Rapture bi ani soro wa Yesu oba sesi ya me no ka se. E kina Yesu o ma. Nye sa rapture no ka. Unya ye de duro ne hye wuturu mu na sa wo de kwa. Etimi kokoduru ye ma wo ne ma. It was so yemo sanfro. Sa rapture na yemo sanfro. Na afi de ageta. Ewa we yemo ho. Na che se we wie ya ba no.
As a result, we have lost some inmates at the prison there because of these issues.
And I'm santi enipa bebre. Ewa someone prisoner. Any team no wawu, team no wawu, team no wawu, team no wawu. And I'm say edro no e rapture ye wo de yam went me ane ta no na ekro no.
When they die, the prison authorities will not tell you, the family, this is what causes the death of your relatives there.
Se nipa ni wu sanso a enya ade a and the fear asrafo no be catch out adekode poten pa ekumo de hye no.
Some of them too, when they go, the thing cannot come out, so they will be forced to go to the infirmary, that is the clinic there, and confess that indeed I have a drug in me, and then they have to take you to operation, go and operate, and they removed it. It was in the process of that I met this guy who also went through the same process.
It's and someone prison here should where inside though. We know baby how you and me pesa me ma otia say where ye ntehon where ne ba ye de kire no, we're going to put this into a documentary form and show it to the world. Onua to the world. Eti the idea we on TV so no say ekọ koduru sa de na omo ye na asa agro na ebinim suro because on asa bodu ase ka dada na se de ye hye ne yam ntimi ma na de birika ko prison ho credit ko say ewo me yam company limited ewo me yam munye ne ye de ukọ ne yakotwa osekan ne yetime yi sa aduro no everywhere.
So after the time I was there, this guy had gone through that process, and his tummy or his abdomen was hanging outside. As we even speak now, he is still having it because they did the operation, and after he was discharged at the prison authority did not take care of him for the operation to be done, for the tummy to push inside him. As we speak, his tummy is outside him as he's sitting in the studios.
Emra minu ye wo and someone prison. Aya na ye bon komo. Ti edu ba bi na say okay. Eduma no ye wie. Nam so it mean to camera na sam ya so dabi. You utu ka ba say o ka no be sini na grofo enim. Ye be wona so no worry. I'll find a way to come. I said you don't worry. Senior champion don't come. I'll find a way to come out. Na brand say your way. Onya no pepepe no frɛ. Abrante your tay ya wo hwe anim sesi ya wo TV so yi. Okomini nuro ni bi. Prison penny for man de share ne to. Onkon ne wo inside. Oni edro na ma. Enti asese omutu mirika de ne kono ye kotwa no. Ne ye yi edro ne firi yem. Sesi ya me no kasa ne nso no. E won side. Otomo sesi ya yi. Se camera no be ma na show. Be won say ne yem ade e pie. E da san ne nchen. Otomo sesi ya asa no. Ne nso no. Esensen ne mfim oto sese asa no eti eno ena oka ho asem no menua eti say kasa memem wate
yo mate
baba memma obi ante ase sese ya me no kasa tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and I keep saying this minjai da. Say me buy no na ma static car the engine no na me change gear. Eno kra na yese captain na no odin dodo. Afa ni ya change gear no. We ye first gear wo. Afa ni ye beko. Na you assume it. Asema abrante yi beka. They all beka no. There was video from in someone prison inside. Men ye wadin say ye dey no fafa. Eni ye dwa enum okasa wi a ye bebo video a enkrofo bema person say prisoners ni bia ni mo prison order ni edubone ya ba no obeja wukunu akotwempra won san won prison me ka bibia wo hwe buntala bus bambarika anyere esen kwabrane ya ha mu a tum say yes mema won san won within the same
that's it so my opportunity about program that's ni
him say pain ninti aya wontimi nkasa den but aya yiro ho kakra
your friend Isaac Latte
ufiri hin
free Jamestown.
And here Jamestown.
Jamestown.
Okay. And then I copy in some place.
Mina case be that was 2019. Na lawful entry case. And I didn't call us 5 years.
Unlawful entry.
Yes, 5 years.
Yes, Okura baby. I see you can say Ura. Now, call him. Yes, unlawful entry. No.
Unlawful entry. Me auntie back on the case, no.
And a year day.
And I like me committee, no. So me committee, no.
Who committee is
like me fan idea.
Who we are not there?
Me fan idea, no.
We are there.
We are ska 1,000 Ghana.
And nay, then some of we are 1,000. In coming through. Then amount we are 1,000.
Nah, yeah, Bibia mo, but down for some na ma could di sa namran sem
2,000 Ghana. And a year.
And my nyaka inte we antia say na dey court and a jail in yede me ko e. Mom 5 years.
1,000 Ghana 5 years. 5
years. Oh, Accra La Paz AMA. 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't call you no. My try akaba say 2 years na my bar outside. And I say chief order suma say me frɛ one more sentence near law ma be ko fie no. Ye frɛ wo mu na ye fa embra. Ti ye de bae. E de bae no. Ya tro obia din but ya ma wo obia ne officer. But that dey me nya officer ba ko pe manya imitan kame nti na me ne officer ba ko ne adwuma ye frɛ ni Ishmael Afuakwa. Last corporal Ishmael Afuakwa.
Tieni yo. This job ye no. Sa series we no. A series we will mention your name, show your picture, and give your correct identity. Say Ghana mrade say no be ye adwuma, no be dia fine. Wan ni wen ye wan fam mrade ni wen dia ye we adwuma. Sa series we bosom ye adwuma. Ye ko Cape Coast Festival ne ba. Ye be san to aso. Tie story ni ye. What's in the DNA the saying?
Last Corporal Ishmael Afuakwa.
Okay, Last Corporal Ishmael Afuakwa. Hand a year then.
So me on my piggery side there be a yenye play kuna where from piggery. So me na me gang leader.
Inside ho.
Outside. Your
outside the amonya play kuna.
Yenye play kuna OIC.
Upia ubonkum so say no.
Bengu so sa.
Okay.
Where OIC ni dwuma mu. Okay, me na me gang leader. So yenya 2 boys be kan, 3 boys be kan ye ho. Tei na Kumi and our other guy be a friend Tonda.
Okay.
So near be 4. But omo will be omo fa niama all the time because omo PA before me started outside. So omo fa niama the PA na. The first April, that was 2022. That was last year, April 2022. And I hear Baba Bontin. Yeah, I Baba Bontin holidays since and I hear OIC gang penny Pia Bontin. Gang bia mba outside. So yen gang near Pia Bontin. Ya buy no. Ya turn niama ni na. Niama na ye turn ni na captain. We officers na edeba. Ya buy pakeka ni sia Bontin ho. Na ya buy inside. Most of officers ni bi ankasa pompe wi. Most of officers ni bi ankasa. Omo pompe sane agiliment ni pompe.
Ya bi omo pompe ni say pompe ni nche say wo bo nsu akofie o.
Pompe ni nche say wabo jot no ni wi ni nanaye round ne sa. Most something like we phone we say obetimi aka bon be say 15 ni kase be say saying captain od be ko yard. Ba odru gate officer or gate onim. Visit room onim. Chief order, including chief order, Nankasanim, OIC onim, 2IC onim.
Okay.
Farm OIC, woman in now officers now, from last corporal to first class, second class, they all know.
Okay.
They all know. Now, Okwa, Omwanka Somo Yerena, be a sport in inside. Now, say,
when I heard of this, I thought it was a lie. But what could the home fear?
Yes.
5 years.
5 years.
Sports, inside home.
That be outside.
Outside
yes.
Okay.
Me then I mean you say nka the okọ sports na say nka auto insa 2C the crampo na dey hwegu glass na K20 e dey ma no wasan but auto nsa ba ko be ma rubber be ma nkuto means oya aware what the ekoso no.
There be tombo. Buntie ni you. Say ya me te hey. Say me kwa Afrikiko, say me kwoto bie, me pe red wine pa. Me nya imagine so say me jai red wine no. Te me kwana me kwoto red wine wa Afrikiko. Ni aba red wine. Ese ma me nkuto. Ya din kuto da no red wine. Eti wo kwana wo koto drink na ya ma nkuto.
Ma nkuto ama rubber.
Se fa ya den.
Se obo wi a na wo de nkuto afa no epia wo otu mu na wo de akọ yard.
nti mo kɔ na mo kɔtɔ nsa na ya ma rɔba na wo de akyekere ho na wo de nkuto na fa ho na wo de atua
wo bɛbɔ captain ka solid tape ni we wa anka mɛkyerɛ sɛ ne yɛbɔ ne paa me nka na
da ɛno no yɛ kɔ yɛ ni remember wa kyerɛ sɛ ne yɛbɔ no nya ba me ma mfa nhyɛ wo to
dabi
want me ne
aba me so captain omwa no ye suman ye tue sika including before we pia bonten crampo keke wo fa nyama wo mfa hwe o captain we tue sika na officers bi wo no nankasa ne goose crampo no betua 50 Ghana na se 40 Ghana
da bi twen
ansa wa kwa bonten
nyamotren fansa me ye prison officer
yes
ena me nue na wo gate ho a me prison officer ne sansa me di goods ba nti esa me man bribe
yes me tua wo a wo de me pie no na me ba nso ama se tua de o gate no
hey
me na me pompe ade no wo me yem no me na me tua gate
that's right
ma se tua wo officer na wo de me pie abonti even though waduane a wo be di no nsuo abanu ni na ya me emit jelima mu nto nsuo ma yen
no dabi o wo na wo da prison no officer na odo kwa abonti no na aduane a odie eni nsuo a onom no wo na wo da prison no
me amesika me na me hwe no
wow
na meto aduane ama no nsuo bibi bia ama no
how mo ye den unye sika ne he
yeba inside no na meton banku ni tilapia omu na yad no bia ni me say frame abaye ni banku ni tilapia na me fa
it sounds funny but it is not
yes.
Sarcastically I'm laughing wona woda in someone prison no woton banku any tilapia to aso
yes me pia bonti am be fa o ma papa bi nchen ye frame abaye ni nsem mo de din na to me abaye ni ba no me so ato me nya me kakra wo so ba boys na me de omu de as
wo koton wo inside it is a ufa the same wa buy ni ho
me fa ni 7 CD wo abrewa ne ho no ma na me da buy inside me ton 10 CD
no nya 3 CDs it's now we your business
oh
prison
inside
fantastic ko
ansa na me ma kwa abontin so wo ma me ye gang leader no wo ma me ne omoko no wo mo se 3 master na me
me say we ansa we kwa 3 master no so we are there na because banku ne tilapia no enye ba ko enye mienu bigide say ye bigire
basket me dey me to basket be say mienu
obi a woda prison no
yes
wo pie kwa business
pie kwa business
no wa sign the basket na ba inside wo so na ukuta
me ye de be hia o gate me fa akofa o gate na me da ba inside esa me kwa kofa ade aba
na officers na hwew
officers no
okay
they are aware
see me ma catch us say matra talk now I will show you evidence. Everything this gentleman is saying here, I have the videos. Don't dare me. And when a prison officer no when nimu bemwa, enyama sem. Me enyama sem. Ye twa videos ni na medical catch. Oto was say onya rapture. Ti ye twa na film say tenenso no oto was say tenenso no was the side and she inside. Oto was say no. And I'll show you the video first. Before say on one kasanso remember na sorry live on TV no we yin film no e dey akireo into wo kofa tilapia no ne banku na no dey aba inside no wa beton ayi officers no tobi
officers no ma so mo tobi
okay
so eno na me ye ne kakra
every day wo to banku tilapia unya be say
day bia ya metimi omfa bia metimi afa bia 2015 tina bia day krampo metimi nya bia 40 going na kakra so me manage me
into kwa ma me no di free
dabi me fa me beton a na me disca na da come instantly
chale sisa me tigana na hana me business or China ho
e bia
wo kwaje ne ma ne ba na wa koton na o de ma me ni sika na koma no to aso
excuse me I'm sure you've not watched some of the videos
don't talk about the videos
okay
to aso
so captain dey be ma me ankasa me be nya me ankasa me issue we sisi ya no 1st April I call gang
ni ye den
outside gang that's hard labor
okay
hard labor na be kwa bontia kwa ye ejuma
mo friend gang that's right
na dey nti ya farming na ankasa particularly farming won enye je ejuma na hard labor ni nti na ye de kwa bontia niam kwa fa e de aba yard nti na de kwa bontia ubon so
tobo o cha sama kan na say enye say court a catch us say ya sentence to hard labor enti na ye de kwa bonten se koye adwuma na mumu niam a wo kofefiri abonten e de aba inside nti na ye de kwa bonten koye adwuma to aso
na ye betua officer from Monday to Friday Saturday ni ye chief order dia
Obani, that's it. Asem way I wo kan there. Me ni video wo ho.
Thank you.
And me ni evidence wo ho. So I can attest to that.
Yes.
But wo da wakoda ho mfie num. And I was say mo kwa abonten a Monday
to Friday.
Ekosi Friday no
Payment ya officer ndisi kaba.
Officer no do kwa abonten no. Wo prisoner wo tua ne ka.
From Monday nini na to Friday.
Debbie, what are you talking about? What are you saying?
Yes.
Wo tua officer na
Ode me pia abonten gang, ode me ko gang no.
Woman is saying a day.
Me am a gang leader me tua 30 CD. But wow be pompe niama be fa niama no be tua 40 CD. And as can no de be hye me am nsa so na me am master.
Train. I am more kwa mo yedo do say.
Yeah, four group.
But your way here.
I had say yeah backyard. Yeah, from backyard block
but
one.
Inside the home.
Yes, inside.
But your me catch them say we have videos to show you. Where you in someone prison
yes. Inside block 1.
Backyard 1.
Block 1.
Block 1.
Yes.
That's the weed and the cooking.
What you quite check kakra. Hold on to this video. What you don't show it. I had now baby I teaching we any cocaine no to try answer. But that's it. It's a one with the prison officer no kwa bonteno. Who tua the 30 Ghana.
Tia the 30 Ghana.
And I want so am kwaya pumping no
40.
Almost tua 40. Into that cry am ye nipa be saying.
Yeah 4. Gangi bia 44.
Until 40-43. Na leader 30. Every day. And the officer no. And the last Saturday no.
Saturday no so no.
Eh why there?
And only a chief order. And only a chief order went to ya on my own pie. On my office and for BMP. On so ya where say on Kolabe Faniama. Until waji from Monday to Friday. On the Saturday. Officer Bia Betia. Unto ya uncle.
Chief order near why I'm person maybe person chief order near why.
Chief order near be like ye be call ganga or no be sign ye people no amayen. So must sign me sasha me shasa see say o nkola we mu de o me na masan mu say o mo eden o mo nko outside gang.
Eti mo amon kwa abonten no. Mutua gate.
Ye tua gate.
Answer o officer no so o de wo kono so watua nka.
Now chief order no oji we your friend Master Chum.
Your friend saying
Master Chum.
Chief Chum.
Master Chum.
Me ma catch say show we no say baby agro na edro no a name and shame. Ti say what you din a na fi say eboa na wa be yi ano. Simple. The videos are there. We ya gogwa pa na with them straight TV so yanko.
So say ji we ni na na e pia bontin e fa niam na de akoyad. Ba doc me can say akoyad beble bi wo no obi a oyi ni niam na me onkola bi wo no oyi ni good say I mean Canada say bi meat and I say enam e moja nam nya de abawi po.
Ya bi wo ka say oyi good e ho nya tema ha. Ah, you try.
Oyi niama na.
Oyi niama benya. One niama no.
One niama no. Niama no ne na captain.
Mo di nduro ne hihye muturu mu a.
E di nduro no.
Na okona one egu ha.
One egu ha. Captain. Yard ni mu ho no. Bibi bia wo ho around police is ochi cocaine, weed, tramon, den all is inside in some.
Oh, David.
Captain.
Anyway, what he's saying there's a video to show. More papi we. Nina will video yes. We'll show you those videos. Makacho said we had 9 solid months working inside and someone prison. Yeah, the bosomen kono na ye juma ewo and someone prison 9 months. Let nobody sit anywhere and joke with us. 9 months. One said me ampa man bad we hu wa anchro da said net my story ye share da. Bema sune mu odia won tonwum abonten wo chisapama wo insider no akoya ambassador wa abonten. Sani e yono so wati asem na oka no there are videos to show pacho mami video kakra hwade wo wa tete tokrom hoyi na wo mo ni nduro. One say the baby white be akatom on cotton na pia yakata ho no because buntalabu angariga esensen krofo we manimu no me donya me But me pacho, e say mo yi white ni free wana, omo do omo say call ma se ho so eduro na ye hu. I mean take it off. Yes I nipa ni hu ade na yie. Ono de nse fa ne to ho no. Oni nduro na ba. Ebi ye nsa, ebi ye wi, ebi ye tramol, ebi ye cocaine. Oni ba no de nsa so. Okay, you finish so. Raw video. Ghana Police Service, if you want the raw video, National Security, if you want the raw video, we are here. Come for it. To us, omo yi goose na hen. Tamarabo.
Omo yi goose na. Moje timi 2 amanfo. Ebi wa nema timi cow yem. Na e cow yem a officers omo infirmary. Omo ya aware. So omo anka so omo anka so omo nkola o ho no omo setri omo. So e cow yem a ono a we duro o ho no ma. Obemo amene obeyi that day na yenye operation.
Eti say ukokodura na se wo yi goose na watua duty na wie no eye custom officer na bo am we yi no. Say oniama na ka container ne mu a prison officer no o we duro de be ma after say one moja sa wentimi anyi nduro na fi wuturu mu ama no na ma we duro amene na one aba to aso
ba enye wo mu ni na mutimi nya sa kwan no less oni we free o setre no onim se okoba o man
setre se
se okwa bonten na oba o be pay wi heden e de ma no
se o enye se patro settlement no enye se wo de ka na wo kotua wo duty through Ecobank se prison officer na woman sika and some we duro no bia mene na one aba to aso
to the day a 1st April me issue we happen me bo jot and I'm boy, me my boy mammy, baku 9.
What did Jot Maku 9 share 9?
Na 9.
Now, 2 more points to say.
2, Captain, now can you say Kitwa? But Jot, the way I born, Oba,
yes,
packet our own can say, Captain, packet our own can say, 10 years say, 10 years, Manabe.
What about them Kakrana?
Captain, person I make a show.
I didn't hear Juma.
Okay.
As some now can there's a video to that effect. It's meant to be ye did bosome and kono e won someone prison. And no journalist, no media house under the sun. And why ye Juma ye won someone prison. Detailed work. Detailed proper. Every corner of Insawon prison is captured, and we have it here. Or the enya jot makuma say mo friend feg. Enya feg 9. Packet na eshem makuma say.
E wo mu 20.
Eshem 20 no. Wo mo no in such a way sa na abeye kete. Now the rubber she ho. Now the nku afa ho. Now the run trum. Ko
the captain easy.
What do you remember?
Because of the obedi our yard. Because the Juma do ye into Yauka. Now could do yard the bedroom at 5 o'clock will be ada. That's a one quarter. A piano clump on ye been a wedding. So that day now, you buy yard. Me ye obey ye need ye, but me ye media captain and ba. Intino, me would dear minyam. No officer and saw dear buy no jam on a sudden gang boys ni Pia Bontin, Cocoye Juma.
So
one female say about and buy you. What point so buy and one buy and be say me want to sample or coffee. It means say me bread na openi bi wo ye sense say on penny 4 from Blackcoat. That was the leaders I almost saki and co inside omo da ya no. Say na me ko hu penny back e friend no Carlu. Na me catch so eja say ni say na eden atomi. Na o say mami so no de me confirm me ho no. Ne ko hu officer na baako na ka chen so say na officer na say mintua 1.5 na o ma me say duro ni bi na nom
wa kwa abonten akofa cigarette a she wuturu ma woni a emba o say someone 1.5 and so am duro ni bi
na eduro bi wo ho no ma mba no mo kwa wo so na so muntumi nwa ye de mom ma ma se ni bie na mutumi wi say duro no mintua na me ka yen say me se na la me ni bi but do betimi aya aboa me a kwa me fa so amenya tua ne ka no me bomoden afa so wanye amamu jame to ho ade achie still not know we na nsuo no akọ ade ni mu ti na enya ade beba ti ade me call in some government hospital doctor na ye ko hu no ho no na ye ko ne ye so aba osu to no se ye twen no no oba o ma ye nyem operation obeyi amame doctor officers for so am ntimi fa maintenance and chente say fa me ko yard and am de me buy yard so doctor nso be duru best at 6 o'clock and offer office say I don't know what ba na am de me akọ and am so ntimi ntwen nti
na dey the same we am
na ache te
edibe how many days
2 days
2 days jot packet na shem 20 no makoma 9
no I did 2 days for me yem
9 times 20
yes and I me PA you had me buy inside government hospital that was the Thursday ni had me call so had me call na doc no be ade na ye no obehwe no se no nsu aye den akom nti we so ye den a obey me operation me bread doc ti me dem catch a doc na say be obey bia no me obeto me de onye na me ho to me ana omde me koto enu kwampo me say the 3 days e hospital ho na still ade ne because omde nsu esimi so saa
na we yam ye oden wotim yawo
mintimi kotolet me mintimi njin so me yem na sizi mintimi nya hwe so omo de me ko theater ni mu so be dem before me so tell me na omo ye me operation na wi a omo ye bibia but me hu me
come three follow him so original ho page out t-shirt na kosoro
we no
yeah nensono and I wo hosa no maybe you think that na me dwama no make us by heart but project for boxer shorts no for me so yeah nensono and I wo hosa no me person de be call from ho nensono. This is what is happening. But what can I say? You guys think that we are joking in this country. I keep telling you, say, the ordinary Ghanaian is suffering. Me catch us a Ghana ni no bread, Ghana ni soon, Ghana ni draw, pain, a come, yawa mania, ya kasa. What do you say? Quite smart, pekasa, Captain Smart, moi dear. No, it is not because me pekasa. I know what these youths, what these guys, the hell they are going through. Nensono say oro ade no kofama obehu nensono ya de ade atare no say yetwa obi umbilical cord ena ye den
na am ye me operation ni wie na me so te me hu say me nsono ma no e wa outside so me be say doctor ni say so we na why ni sen ye be no later but ka che me so pam na wa pam me ni nti no e na de we na to ho no say kro ni wu a na oyi we ni stitches ni wo mu a or the instrument and reversing the back.
Okay, tell you. Yeah, sir surgery no, I did not say.
Me yes, from 1st April no, 1st April ni
1st April 2023. 2022. Until last year, you chat nensono ha. Ne ye nensono na pie, and a doctor na catch and say a kuro ni wu a no wakoka nensono no ashim back. A fee 2022 1st April over 1 year. Abanti and sono no and our bonti. Where then order?
Me that half side. Na sisi e kwa mintimi come call private since that 1 year we man me call private or me to crampo da.
Into when find
awa na me private or.
When if I won him.
Awa.
Na where then how did
me didi be say na o catch me say senior we na ye no be me like min didi bebre kakra bi na medi so mama nante saa de bia up and down a on ka hwe nkyere me so the last day of frame say me mbra no me call na me say no doctor we dey me say wala a check too much so no then na obeya phone na me hu say ma dwen o ka tell me say me to 5,000
Unya 5,000.
Unya 5,000.
You can't on ownership.
Not the means.
That is no money. Don't worry. We'll deal with it immediately. I don't forget about that. Ziyawa. Kasa.
Now the why I know I then amami. So I know na me then maba. So still na colostomy bag na me use. Na colostomy bag we free a ho no na me use bi o be buy no me nya bi we cramp am cramp say more than Oko wa be say 1 month ni.
Oh, they say yes, I will be infection.
I'm say every 4 days. 4 days na me san.
Every from Pamacho. We need money, just 5,000 cedis. Met me a trian say about me to ya. When you didn't hear, me say wo enemy, you save your brandy. I can pay. But me to ya, me say me ne wo. ene yetua na yenje abrantie enkwa 5,000 Ghana cedis pay o nti to aso
nti because of eno nti no bibia me wona ho ana me because me akokra me ne no so no ni nso hu ade me den obi egwa am se me ana me den me ka se me adwumaden bi na me den me de aboa.
All right twa story no so yema etiefo ne ahwefo enne videos no ya chichem sa abosome baako we episode 1 to 30 eti say no enne me ne na wie echina another episode. Thursday another episode. Friday another episode. This is Onuya TV. This is Onuya FM. We a Onuya to the world. Video ya wo hwe. Mama describing here nchiro. The osha mfimfini ne cocaine. The owo bankum no one tramol. Ene dia owo nifa so no wi na hye ne to one aba. Mom already you know wamo ne niema. Eti wamo ni wi a mama bi sa question we ne yento aso. Mo yi sa wi ene tramol ene cocaine wi a mo ton wo hen.
Yard in the morning.
Oh, Debbie. Oh, what are you talking about? Come to look him in the eye proper for me. What's it? Muyi sa ndrona nyina fi moto ho wi a moton wo hen.
The table si on say. Ah, moton wi. Tramo, bibia officers yi twem they know. Ekoso backyard ni na that's business ekoso backyard.
What's it officers ni ya?
Officers ni aware.
Oh, home. We'll continue tomorrow. Senior, now person can be.
Yes. You see, what he's telling you concerning the displacement of the various drugs, you see, it's displayed openly. The officers pass through and see it. It's not something that they hide it. It's open. It is not something that they hide it. Like maybe they'll hide it somewhere. You go like out here, someone will have weed selling. Then you will have to go and see him, and then he will go somewhere and bring it. There it is displayed. The officer. We have videos where officers even pass it through, and then they are selling it. Nothing. It's more legal there to commit a crime than outside. And Sawam is like an island by itself. There's no law. There is no law. There's no any rule there. Once you have money, then you don't have anything. You can do anything and go scot-free. You see, some of these things, before you can be able to even push this thing, you must subject yourself to be sodomized several times.
Sodoma is all kind of chess and you say, Ansana, you bet me do the draw short to Adi do to Musa or yet. Mr. Mecani, yes, I'm what I say. Dear the Bemad and the Bemme wrote to several times. Moya Dane.
The all kind of no credit. You'll be more honor, sa and a day. You do to that be the media yard, dear. And you, yes, you'll be more honor. Juma Moyan before or no Bemoska, even though the other one or tone, one on Obama wo sika. Because obia wo obedi utu no obema osika je fakọ abonten obetu ya officer now obi o yard ni mu ano ye se na obetimi de niam ya den ewra to small boys is na mo ba